横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Ohio gozaimasu to round 4 for FDJ2 here at Okayama International Circuit in the Okayama Prefecture. I'll be your host and commentator, Kenny Harris. Alongside me is going to be the good old Robbie Nishida.
The good old Robbie Nishida. How you guys doing? It feels so great because they just lifted a lot of the the
restrictions,
state restrictions and stuff like that in Japan, and we have a little bit of freedom where we will be having spectators out here in the stands. So it's probably a good feeling for all these drivers to be able to come back to another round where we finally have spectators instead of just you guys watching us on live stream. But at the same time, thank you for tuning in with us. We're going to try to blab your ears out and talk as much as possible. So put us on mute if you don't like it.
Exactly. Hopefully you'll hear some more engine than our mouths. But we got the drivers pulling up right now for our top 16 drivers of yesterday's qualifying event that we had that unfortunately wasn't live, but it was pretty exciting. So definitely this is going to be a fast and advanced course compared to what we saw last week, or actually last event.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and explain to you a little about FDJ2. We have Formula Drift Japan, which is, we just call it FDJ, and we have Formula Drift Japan 2. We call that FDJ2. FDJ2 is a spec tire series where Yokohama Tire is our main sponsor, where all the drivers will be driving on Advan 8008s. So it's pretty much even field right there if we're going to talk about grip level. So all these guys and gals that are out here are going to be driving on 8008s. And pretty much we're driving on the same track that FDJ is going to be doing this afternoon, which is going to be the qualify for the round 5. And this is the round 4 of the FDJ2. Kind of confusing. We got this FDJ2. You know what? Forget all this. Let's just go ahead and watch some cars drive.
We're going to be seeing some drifting. There you go. But yeah, like you said, it's going to be a fun-filled event. There's a little overview right now. They're pulling around right there to outer zone 1. So definitely you can see how beautiful this track is. Tucked up away in these mountains up here in Okayama. So
yeah, and this is a very nice facility. Thank you to Okayama Circuit for having us back again. We've been in this track for the past...
Since day one.
Since day
season
one,
one, I should say.
Since season 1 started, we've been coming back to Okayama every round. And this is a great facility. Like I said, we have lodges inside here, so we don't even have to leave the track area after we're done with the competition. And also, you know, the pavement's great. High speed, it's huge. The stands are huge. I love this place. I love coming back to this place.
Exactly. So these FDJ2 drivers had a little bit of a break because in between we had round 4 at Okuibuki for FDJ Pro drivers. So these guys had a little bit of time away. And as you could see, if you've been watching FDJ2, you can see different cars and new cars, new faces to the series. So definitely going to be an exciting day with some insane driving and awesome powerhouses out here.
Yeah, and you know, just because it's a spec tire series, these guys don't hold back because, like you said, there's a lot of skill behind the wheel here. They've been doing some extremely impressive qualifier runs yesterday at the qualify. So we're going to go ahead and go over the top 16 qualifiers that are going to be going head-to-head against each other. Obviously, we have a ladder where the #1 ranking driver for the qualify is going to be going against a 16 driver, and so on and so on. So we'll go ahead and explain to you that shortly. Yeah, so there you go right there. I'm not going to even say names and stuff like that right now. They're showing the drivers. It looks like they're very excited to tackle this track. This is a lot of a faster track than what they drove on last time, because the last time they drove on was at...
Actually, no, they went to Sugo, so last track was pretty intense, just like this.
Bihoku, then Sugo, then
exactly.
Here. Man, he said good old Robbie. The old part is right. I don't even remember what I ate last night. So.
Hey, well, this is what I'm excited for. What you just saw is the drone footage. So we're going to have some good bird's eye view for you to see the replays and all the action going on. But here we go.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start the intro here, starting off with the Japanese anthem. Make sure everybody has their hats off, and also please stand. 皆さん、国歌斉唱です。帽子を外しになり、お立ちください。 Thank you very much, everybody. So let's go ahead and get into introducing our stars of the day. All right, here we go. Look at those beautiful cars. That's 16 cars here at Okayama International Circuit. This is the top 16 from yesterday's qualified. Let me go ahead and read off the #1 ranking driver of the qualifier from yesterday, car number 654, driving the FD3S built by Lead Racing, Koji Kitagawa.
Battling against the #1 qualifier is with the STF Wise Factory Eternal RPSS 13, #1, Asuka Shirosaki.
Following Shirosaki is another female driver. She was 8th in yesterday's qualify, driving the S15 with Team Saudi with Globe, car number 62, Saori Iwasaki.
Ranking right behind her at #9, #590 with Team Ito Auto in the JZX 100 Cresta, Hiroaki Kogura.
The next battle here is going to be driven from Team Ito Auto, JZX 100 Chaser, ranking 4th from yesterday's qualified, car number 30, Takumi Sato.
With Shinkawa SPL in the S14, ranking 13th, #510, Takeshi Shinkawa.
This is car number 52 with the D-Racing S15 Sylvia, driven by Konosuke Fujimoto.
Battling up against him is going to be in the JZX 100 Chaser with Village Up, ranking 12th, #6, Kei Murakami.
Now this man is ranking 1st in FDJ2, qualifying 2nd from yesterday's qualified, driving the Team Goodrich with Kindai S15 Sylvia, car number 11, Mao Yamanaka.
Battling against him is going to be in the Ao Tire Racing S14, ranking 15th, #212, Ryutaro Oe.
And driving the only Skyline out here, the ECR 33 Skyline with Auto Garage S, car number 220, Shinichi Ishizuka.
Battling him with the Team Kazuma with Moti's JZX 100 Mark II, ranking 10th, and also #10 is going to be Ryo Okabe.
Qualifying 3rd from yesterday's qualified, driving the Team Ito Auto Ken with Good Ride, JZX 100 Chaser. This is car number 86, Kenichi Takashima.
Battling against him in the 8-6 again with the OS Gaikin Sonoko, #480, Hideyuki Shibata.
This is going to be the last battle for the top 16 here at Okayama Circuit. This man qualified 6th from yesterday's qualified, driving the Team Kazama with Moti's ZN686, car number 12, Nagayasu Miyagi, the Doctor.
And ranking 11th, should be battling against him in the 8-6 with the Cusco Racing, #771, Yushisatsu Kaneda.
And
as
you can see, his car is not there behind him because this is a ballsy move that Cusco did. What is happening right now is the FDJ car, the Cusco Racing FDJ car with the A90 Supra, they actually blew the motor, and they didn't have any other one right now. So what they're taking the motor out of his 8.6 and putting it into his Supra. So he's basically going to have to step out of the top 16. So it's unfortunate that happened, but the team called it. But that's teamwork, That's what they want. Cusco Racing, hands down to them, and they're probably working on the car right now. But check out the top 16 drivers that you have here. I am pretty sure that they will be showing you guys something very, very exciting today for the tandem. We're looking forward to some crazy close battles.
And like you were saying, with today's weather that we have right now, it's very beautiful, very awesome. And you can see these drivers are ready to go. So let's see if these drivers are ready. Are you drivers ready to go and get it started?
Let's get this party started. Everybody in your cars. Engines running, ready to go. Let's get ready to watch some drifting. All right, here we go. Following the FD, loud rotary right there, 180 S15. What is your favorite car out here? Who is your favorite car and who is your favorite driver? And I know, this is FDJ2, and this is the first year that we are back here at Okayama. This is going to be really exciting to see because, these are a lot of new faces that you don't really see that much. And I'm pretty sure that the spectators that are going to be coming in, they just want to see some cool drifting, right?
Exactly. But like you said, there's a good blend of cars here today. So it's awesome to see that. But like we were saying, just go ahead and give us what car is your favorite out there, because definitely there's a different blend that you see from FDJ to FDJ2.
And a lot of these guys are here to compete just in FDJ2, but they are also wanting to get their FDJ license because that's how it goes. You have the MSC series, which is like the pro, it's like the Pro-Ams in the US where you go into FD Pro Spec. At FD Pro Spec, depending on how you end in the series, you make your way up to FD USA, the Pro 1 series. So here we have in Japan, we have MSC up to FDJ2, and after FDJ2 we have Formula Drift Japan, and these guys are going for that license. But before we go into the top 16, let's take a short break.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Gospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、オグラレーシングクラッチ ORC。
Motis.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Motis.
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Motis.
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 Round 4 here at Okayama International Circuit in the Okayama Prefecture. I'm Kenny Harris. Alongside me is going to be Robbie Nishida.
How you guys doing? And right now on the screen, we see the FD3 is driven by Koji Kitagawa, who qualified first. Very beautiful run made by him yesterday. And also next to him is going to be his opponent, car number 1, Asuka Shirosaki, driving the 180SX, one of the 2 female drivers that made it into the top 16. Let's see how it's going to be. The car on the right side where you see Kitagawa is going to be leading and Shirosaki is going to be giving chase. A long straightaway, high-speed track. So
yeah, and this FD is definitely something to watch. It's very extreme, very loud. I probably won't be talking too much because you won't even hear me through this mic whenever he comes ripping by here in Outer Zone 2. But you know what? We didn't really get to talk too much about the track. But before they kick off, how many zones we got? What do we got going on?
We have 1 outside zone, or we have the 3.
We'll see it right here.
Yeah,
we'll see it right here. Here they come. They're coming up into the strip to the 3-2-1 cone where they're going to initiate right here. Nice job coming into Outer Zone 1. Outer Zone 1's a really long stretch coming around this huge bend just like they did in Sugo. Coming into a touch and go right here. Into Outer Zone 2. Ripping around to a wall into Outer Zone 3. And finishing off right here into an inside clip. 1 right there to the finish.
Yeah, so we have a long outside zone 1 to driver's left as you're coming down the straightaway. Let me go ahead and dissect that, the track layout right here. So you got the chicane that the lead car is going to be driving through, a long straightaway, a long stretch here, and you got 3-2-1 cone on the right side of the screen. And driver's left right here, starting right there where you see that cone, that's outside zone 1. You want to fill the zone to the second cone. Right there where those things, whatever you call it, or is a touch and go, then right now that's outside zone 2, 3, and there is an in clip right there, right before the finish line. And as I'm telling you about the track, it looks like Kitagawa was very smooth. He did a very smooth run. It looked like he was on gas all the time. Very beautiful job done by the number 1 qualifier from yesterday. And it looked like Shirosaki was struggling to kind of just keep drifting behind them.
Couldn't keep that proximity.
Yeah, she wasn't too close to Kitagawa, but she was basically no major corrections that she made. There were a lot of zones that she didn't fill where you want to mimic what the lead car is doing. You want to be as close as possible to the lead car. But this is the first battle of top 16,
and here they are. They're about to flip the roles. So Kitagawa is going to be on the chase while I have Shirosaki in the lead. And like you were saying, coming in from outer zone 1 into this touch and go, that's where they really start picking up their speed, or their speed. But at the same time, they're losing it whenever they're flicking it from the touch and go to that outer zone 2, because that wall is pretty intimidating.
Yeah, we saw a couple of cars actually end up in that wall yesterday too. But right there at outside zone 1. You want to make sure that you're running a lot of angle, because at the touch and go, we don't want to see any braking happen until you're past that touch and go and after you make that transition. So if you do, that's not like a decel area And we don't really have a distinguished detail area here, but that's what us judges are looking at. We don't want cars to be, you know, going fast and going really slow. We want a good pace, an average high speed throughout the track.
So here they go. Looks like the...
Yeah, it looked like Kitagawa did a good job when he was leading, too. So let's see how he's going to give chase to Shirosaki. And let's see how well Shirosaki is going to conquer this track as the lead car.
And here she is coming into the 3-2-1. Nice initiation coming into outer zone 1 right here. Beautiful job in outer zone. Dipped a little bit out, but still beautiful job coming into the touch and go. Kitagawa trying to close that proximity, coming into outer zone 3 here. Losing a little bit of his angle coming in and trying to take that shallower line to keep that proximity, but Kitagawa definitely seemed like it played it a little safe there with his proximity.
Yeah, it looked like he did because he didn't launch right when Shirosaki launched right there. He gave her a little bit of a gap, but it might be because of the, you know, power difference, because I'm pretty sure that she's running a fairly lower powered SR under that hood of the 180. But right here, it looks like she does a good job, but you have to check that out where she has 2 tires off almost right there after, you know, surpassing the rumble strip, because the rumble strip is the outside line where the tire can't pass there. But the rest of the track, it looks like she's doing a great job. I mean, it looks like she's doing a better job than when she did with the qualify.
Oh, you're right. You're right on that for sure. So definitely going to be a tough one for the judges, but yeah, definitely that outer zone 1 is going to play a huge part in how things develop for her, because like we say all the time, if you followed us before, it's lead to lead, chase to chase. It's a cross comparison between the two drivers, how they performed in each set of laps, I guess you could say. Yeah,
so right now, the way I see it as one of the judges here, the lead car, both of the lead cars did fairly well. Shirosaki did have to dip a few tires at the outside zone 1, but let's go ahead and check out let's see what they did with when they're in the chase position. Looks like Kitagawa was a little offline because he was transitioning early and stuff like that, but that's just to keep his pace up so he can keep that proximity, but at the same time run the similar line as Shirosaki did and doesn't catch up too much. Very safe way for him to play it, which is kind of dangerous too because it could become an inactive chase, but at the same time there wasn't that much gap in between the cars. Now let's go ahead and look back and think back to what Shirosaki was doing when she was chasing Kitagawa. Her line was a lot smaller throughout the whole track just to keep up and keep that proximity that she had. So I would have to say this is kind of like a tutorial round for everybody who's never seen this before. The lead cars, almost similar. Looks like Kitagawa did a little bit of a better job on the lead run, but then the chase cars, both of the cars had similar proximity, but now we have to look down into what kind of line they're running and how well they mimic the lead car.
Yeah, it's definitely nice getting this first run out of the way because we get a lot of the explanations out the way, and then you guys can definitely see the dynamic of the trap, how it's performed for both FDJ2 and the FDJ. But here we are with the scores. Robbie Nishida's going to be up. He's going to go with Kitagawa, Ryan Lontaine with Kitagawa, and Yoichi Mamura with Kitagawa. So Kitagawa is going to be moving on to the Grade 8. Congratulations.
Grade 8. So Kitagawa used to compete in a couple of rounds of FDJ, and he is now doing the full season, or he started to do FDJ2 mid-season, late in the season. But I would have to say Shirosaki did a really, really great job on her lead run right now. So if she can actually do that at qualify, that would be like, you know, maybe she'll be placed a little higher.
Yeah. But there you go. Our next competitors up is going to be Saori Iwasaki in the S15 going against Hiroaki Kogure in his JZX 100 Cresta.
Yeah, very rare to see Crestas.
You're right.
Instead of Chasers and Mark IIs.
So yeah, this is our other female that's going to be competing right here. She's been doing a phenomenal job in her runs.
Yeah, she used to
qualifying.
compete. Yeah, there's
like
a restart.
Just a pylon touch, and I don't think they see the red. Oh, yep. She's probably. So it was a pylon touch. Probably didn't check out the flag, so let her finish this run. So they're going to be going back to the start line. And starting back up. But yeah, you can see where the flag guy is for the red flag. He's pretty far up there. So the drivers, if they're really beeline and looking at the 3-2-1 cone, he's actually right after the 3-2-1 cone. So there's probably a little bit of miscommunication between the drivers and the flag bearer.
Yeah, that's a lap
wasted.
Yeah, well, I guess it was
I guess
a practice
not, yeah.
lap, but yeah. But I mean, you know, I know, you know, you're concentrating and all this other stuff, but you do have to pay attention to the, you know, the marshals on the track because that's a safety issue. So we'd have to, you know, make sure that all the drivers know that, you know, there's a flag tower there. If there's a restart, you know, it's going to be a flag. You know, because I mean, it could be something else. It might not be that. It could be like, you know, something, an alert that they want, you know, to the drivers. So we have to make sure that, you know, the drivers are actually paying good attention to what's going on in your surroundings.
Yeah, biggest thing you said, safety. If there's a safety issue right there, that definitely is going to be a no-go. But talking a little bit about, we didn't get to talk too much about the judges. So the judges, just like FDJ that you saw a few weeks ago, same judges are going to be Robbie Nishida. Then we have Yoichi Mamura, which he's actually on the Japanese live stream, and he's also doing the PA talking out here for the Japanese spectators. And then we also have Ryan Lontaine from afar. Not sure if we'll get him on film for you, but we'll try to get him up there. They'll try to get some of those tweaked out. But we have Gary.
I saw him earlier on the screen, but his hair looked kind of crazy, so I don't know if he wants to be on the. Just kidding.
But yeah, we have Gary there for him to go ahead and cast his votes for what he sees and what he judges. Not votes, I should say judge.
Yeah, because he's remotely doing this from the States. So I just want to shout out to Ryan Lontaine. How you doing? We miss you, and work hard.
Do you want me to get off the mic for you so you can?
Yeah, so I could have a private. Yeah, because I'm kind of embarrassed to, you know, I'm not scared to tell people that I love them. No, but yeah, Gary is here from the last round as well. He's doing a good job, as you know, as long as he doesn't have to fat finger any buttons. Yeah.
As long as he doesn't glue his fingers together. And
okay, so this is the restart. I think there was a pylon touch or I don't know if they jumped the light or whatever. I didn't get any information, but here we go. Now we're started with this battle.
And Iwasaki's in the lead. Kogure is in the chase right here. Look at that, coming into outer zone 1. Beautiful job coasting in outer zone 1. Kogure definitely needs to pick up this proximity gap because she's definitely losing it. Coming into outer zone 3 right there, finishing up into inside clip 1. And man, Kogure just struggling throughout the whole entire course to close that proximity to her.
All right, so I'm not sure what just happened right now, but I think that Kogure probably underestimated how fast Iwasaki was going to be, maybe. I'm not sure, because that's a pretty big gap that we saw at the end. And it looked like Kogure kind of washed out after he entered right there. So he's not on the same line as her, and he started to get close to the outside zone and left the outside zone early. After that, it was like, you know, downhill for him. While Iwasaki, she did miss outside zone 2 a good amount, but it looks like, you know, there's not a major mistake by her too. And she's just doing her own thing.
Exactly.
And there's like a 5-car gap in between these drivers. So this is going to be a tough one for Kogure. He's going to have to do everything he can as a lead car and do something pretty spectacular when he's leading.
Like you were saying, in outer zone 1, you can definitely see where he like kind of washed out just a hair bit, but then he tried to like get on the gas, but just roasted tires the whole time, trying to catch a little bit of grip to catch up to her, and just couldn't make it happen. So definitely, like you were saying, Iwasaki's going to have to show us what she's got in her proximity to Kogure whenever he does his lead run right here. So here they are coming around, coming back up to the gate.
And like compared to some of the other FDJ2 rounds, after this one we have Nico Circuit, which is going to be in a month or two. But this track is a lot. We have the Fuji round, then we have Nico. Yeah. So this round and the Fuji round is a big track. They're like powerhouse tracks where all the, you know, couple gazillion 100 horsepower cars are going to actually roast some tires out here. So if you do have, if you are down on power slightly, it might be kind of tough.
And you definitely don't want to be falling that far behind, especially in this kind of track setting, because of how fast it can be. The amount of smoke these cars push out creates a little like blur for most of the drivers.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a track that you can easily get. When you see Pro2 cars, you know, they're fairly conservative in horsepower and stuff like that. But then the practice that I saw from yesterday from the Pro 1 guys, well, the FDJ 1 guys, yeah, that was like a smoke screen show where if you're in the wrong area, there's no way you can see that loud.
You need to be in that safe pocket right there on the inside of them, but it'll be definitely intense. But you'll see that here soon. But here we are for our second run right here with Iwasaki in the chase, while Kogure right here in his JZX 100 Cresta coming up into 3-2-1 as the lead into outer zone 1. Wash a little bit right there, but oh no! Iwasaki had it in right there. You saw she kind of took too much into outer zone 1 and spun, but there you go right there. Kogure finishing his lead 1 right there.
Man, I would have to say that looking at how the run started with Kogure, he did dip 2 tires off at outside zone 1, and it looked like Iwasaki was just trying to mimic his line. And I would say, I mean, I would even have to say that, you know, that's her choice for going off, and if she's going off and she can't keep the car going, and if she's going to spin out because she doesn't have enough traction, that's that, you know. Ooh. So right there.
Almost 3 tires.
Almost 3 tires, 3. But, yeah, there was no major stall by Kogure. It looked like his pace was smooth. It was just that his line was a little bit off on the outside zone 1 area. And, I mean, Iwasaki pretty much just tried to mimic his line as much as possible. And, yeah,
very
she was
unfortunate. She had a really good lead run,
yeah, I mean.
But you can see right there, she was trying to keep that proximity gap closed, but unfortunately, like
that's
you
a
said,
risk you have to take, you know. So that's something she did. But, you know, good job by Iwasaki, because, I mean, she did do what she had to do as a chase car. And it didn't turn out the way she probably wanted to when she was chasing. But I would have to say that was a pretty cool move by Iwasaki.
Yeah, but being in that intense moment, you know, making those last decisions, all you're focusing on is that lead car to make sure you keep that proximity. So, you know, with Kogure right there kind of dipping the tires and she followed suit, definitely probably, like you said, was maybe not the best move, but whenever you get in that situation, it kind of falls into, you know, quick decision, quick response, and your only response at that point is keeping that proximity and creating a tandem drift. But here we are. Robbie Nishida is going to go over to the right to Kogure, Ryan with Kogure, and Yoichi Mamura with Kogure. So Kogure will be moving on to the grade 8. Congratulations. You get the win.
Great job by Iwasaki, because, yeah, she was definitely doing a great job during qualify. She did qualify 8th, and pretty nice lead run by her. So let's move on to the third battle of the top 16 here is going to be car number 30, Takumi Sato versus car number 510, Takeshi Shinkawa. Look at Shinkawa's car.
Beautiful car.
It's a pretty low car. It's got style right there. Versus you got everybody's favorite JZX 100 driven by Sato. Both cars don't have, you know, a crazy amount of stickers, so it has got, you know, it's got that street look.
Yeah, that's.
I think this is a cool battle that I'm excited to see.
Yeah, these two are 2 awesome cars right here coming into the 3-2-1, and listen to Shinkawa's SR. It just sounds rowdy. It looks like he's taking a real shallow line there. Not sure what happened. Let's see if he can keep his drift right here, coming to the third zone, or second outer zone into the third outer zone. But it looks like he's really struggling to keep that car sideways into a drift and falling very far behind Sato.
Uh-oh. Huge correction by Shinkawa right before the finish line. Looked like he straightened. I don't know if anything happened. He just couldn't keep the tires turning. But right here we go. It looked like Shinkawa got a little too close, and he had to scrub a lot of speed when he was making the initiation behind Sato. Then he came very short on the outside zone 1, and his line was all messed up after that. And he tried to fix his line, but he had no momentum going to outside zone 3. And right there, after this transition, it looks like he shuts it down. Car straightens right before the finish line, so we would have to give Shinkawa incomplete as the chase car. And Sato pretty much didn't make any huge mistakes. And it looked like his run was fairly good as a lead car. So we'll go ahead and see what happens. You never know what's going to happen. Even if you incomplete the first time, you never know what's going to happen when they swap places because, you know, the lead car becomes the chase and the chase car becomes the lead. A lot of things happen on this track, so...
Exactly. Just like we saw last round. Just like we saw last battle. We thought, you know, Iwasaki had it. You know, she was doing really good, but then right there, that one huge mistake kind of, you know, played the end result there. So right here, even though...
Yeah, some people say that, like, oh, you know, but the mistake and this and that. But, you know, a mistake is a mistake. You know, if you compare it to a driver that doesn't make mistakes, it's a mistake. So you're not supposed to make mistakes. And, yeah, it's really hard, and we are asking for a lot. But that's what they're out here. They're professionals. They're here to do that, to showcase, you know, some bad driving.
Some awesome driving.
Yeah, awesome. I won't say bad.
Some amazing driving.
Am I able to say the A?
I don't know. We're going to keep this PG right now.
Okay, PG.
So we got...
Hello, boys and girls. Now let's go to the Formula Drift Japan round. Okay.
So here we are back at the line. Shinkawa's going to be in the lead. Sato's going to be in the chase. Shinkawa's definitely got to throw that close to 100-point run that he can do in the lead and then hope that Sato can follow suit. But there you go. They got a pylon touch, it looks like. Biggest thing that Shinkawa can hope on is that some kind of major mistake is made by Sato so that he can either get a one more time to really showcase his skills in this beautiful Zenki S14 that he's got. Crazy thing is we don't see a whole lot of Zenkis out here. We see a lot of the Kokis because it has that aggressive look, but
I like Zenkis better.
You do like Zenkis. You were saying that.
I used to have one a while back. I used to compete in one a while back, and that's one of my favorite cars.
And, you know, the car, like you were saying about that car, the color of it, it's different. The wheels, different setup. I mean, it's awesome. It's like that street look, and that's what we kind of like to see sometimes.
Yeah, and Sato's car, too. It's like no stickers.
Simple.
I mean, some stickers.
It's got that Ito Auto kit on it. It's sick.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like a street battle on the track.
Big body versus small body. But like I said, two extremely well-built cars going to be battling it out right here. So Shinkawa is going to be in the lead, Sato in the chase. Here they are coming up to the 3-2-1 on this long strip. Coming into outer zone 1 right here. Beautiful job into outer zone 1. Right on that fine edge, beautiful lead job in the touch and go to outer zone 2 here. Nice job in outer zone 2. Let's see if he can stretch it all the way. Took a real shallow attempt over in outer zone 3. But here he is. Oh, and like I just said, it takes one mistake right there, and it could follow suit for something extreme and awesome for the other person. So,
all right, so now we're going to get down to both chase runs were incompletes. Now we're going to have to compare the lead runs. And it looks like Shinkawa did a pretty good job on the lead. Minus the outside zone 3. Let's go ahead and check out the outside zone 1 right there. He fills it very nicely. Touch and go. Not too close at touch and go, but he does fill outside zone 3. But he does not, or I'm sorry, outside zone 2. Does not do a good job in outside zone 3 where the wall is. But everywhere else, it looks like the line is okay.
Going to be a huge judgment call for them. But man... So there you go. That was definitely a wrench in the puzzle there because both chases are going to be incompletes, but they're going to be comparing the leads there. And man, I'm not going to lie, I want it one more time because I, you know.
Hey, but see, that's why the lead runs are very, very important. Oh, we're going to go ahead and check out the lead run of Shinkawa right here. Now I'm just totally ignoring what's going on behind the cars. I'm just looking at this as maybe qualifier runs.
Exactly, how they're going to point match up to one another.
Yeah, I like the way he did do the transition coming from the touch and go to outside zone 2. Doesn't feel outside zone 3, like I said. There we go. So that is Shinkawa's lead run, and now we will be going to Sato's lead run.
So let's see here. If you're just tuning in, this is Formula Drift Japan 2, so FDJ 2, equivalent to the Pro 2 guys in the States. And this is our third battle of the top 16. And right now they're doing a review of both lead cars because both chase sessions were actually incompleted due to spin out.
And we're watching a replay of the rerun. Or I'm sorry, of
the pylon touch.
Pylon touch.
Once again, I haven't seen a shirt get produced yet, so I know Robbie wants to make one. It says Pylon Touch. Here we go right here. Sato in the lead right here. So like Robbie said, he's focusing just on that lead car because it was just a washout for the chase. You can see how he comes around the outer zone 3 right there. Finishing off beautiful there, right?
All right, so I'm sorry, I was relaying messages back and forth as well, but then it does look like that there were goods and bads by the lead driver Shinkawa versus Sato's lead run. Now, if you look at the average overall versus who had strong and weak, I think it's easy to tell. Let me go ahead and explain that to you.
Robbie going with Sato, Ryan going with Sato, and Yoichi going with Sato. So Sato will be going on to the grade 8. So congratulations, Sato. You get the win.
When you look at just the line, there were strong parts where Shinkawa did a great job on outside zone 1 and outside zone 2. But looking at Sato, he had more, how can I say it? Overall, there was a little bit more angle. There was more style points if we had to do the qualify all over again. And also, his line wasn't too bad outside zone 1. He did feel outside zone 3 better than Shinkawa did. And I think where Lantain was seeing is that the lead car, car number 30, I'm sorry, car number 510 kind of slowed down after the outside zone 3, which could have messed up, because there was a major slowdown by him, and that could have messed up car number 3, Sato, when he was chasing as well. So here you go.
So congratulations, Sato. We're already moving on to our next battle here against Fujimoto and Murakami right here. Fujimoto in the lead, coming into outer zone 1 in that beautiful S15, while we have Murakami in his JZX 100 Mark II doing chase. And look at that right there. Close that proximity in the outer zone 3 right there. Look at the commitment between both drivers. Come into the inside clip, and Murakami right there not getting lost in that smoke trail laid out by Fujimoto.
Yeah, so like we were saying, it's spec tire, so it's Yokohama tire smoke all over the place on track. Let's go ahead and check out what these two drivers are doing. Fujimoto is leading Murakami, and it looks like he does a good job. Murakami behind there, a little bit of a wobble, and it looked like he wasn't going to keep the proximity going, but right here he tries to close in the gap a little bit towards the end of the outside zone 1, and right there he does a transition. He misses outside zone 2, but he uses that line to close the proximity between the two cars, and he looks like he's doing a better job towards the half of the track, the later half of the track. But at the same time, Fujimoto is pretty much checking off the boxes and squares that he has to as the lead car as well. So now we're going to see what Murakami is going to be doing when he's leading, and Fujimoto when he's giving chase.
Yeah, most definitely. Fujimoto laid out an amazing lead run right there. So we'll see what Murakami is going to do in his lead run and see if he can do the same. At the same time, Fujimoto is going to have to keep that close proximity to him. So here they are coming up. So Fujimoto with the D-Dash Racing S15, while we have Murakami, which is going to be in the lead this time around in the Village Up JZX 100. They say Mark II, sorry.
What happened?
No, I corrected so you guys don't see it, but on my paper it says JZX 100 Chaser.
Oh.
But the headlights clearly say something different.
What did the headlights tell you?
See that
like,
little see the little sticker right there on the corner light? That's a common thing. They fall out.
So yeah, like Kenny has a JZX 100 Chase, or I'm sorry, Mark II as well. So I think all the Mark II owners know that that corner light right above the bumper and on the end of the fender is very common for it to fall out.
Prone to fall out.
Prone
There
to
you
fall
go.
out when you're driving it hard. So
But here we go right here. Murakami in the lead while we have Fujimoto in the chase. Looks like it's coming into 3-2-1. Beautiful job. Here he is. Let's see if Fujimoto is going to close this proximity. He's taking a little bit of a shallower line, seeing if he keep this proximity, but it looks like he's hesitating a little on that touch and go to outer zone 3. Bumper flying off right there from the pylon, coming into outer zone 3 into the inside clip, and beautiful job right there by Murakami in the lead. And looks like Fujimoto had a little bit of a struggle throughout the course and keeping it nice and clean.
Yeah, so here is the lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase comparison that we have here. It looks like Murakami did more of an exciting run when he was leading. He did dip a tire there at the 3-2-1 around the 3-2-1 cone right there, outside zone 1. Feels that with does a good job. Fujimoto gets closer, but he is on a lot smaller line. And right here too, Fujimoto tries to keep his line as out as possible. Murakami, a little bit of a bobble right there, leaving the outside zone 3, going to the inside clip. And I would have to say the proximity of these cars is pretty much similar, and what they had to do behind each other is a little similar. So I would have to go ahead and see or compare what both drivers did when they're leading.
And like you said, the last run, you know, how he had to take a different line to keep that proximity gap kind of closed in. It's sometimes that sacrifice they're trying to make, because at the end of the day, we're trying to do a tandem head-to-head battle, not a drag race or any of those kind of stuff where one's running out past the other. So definitely sacrifices they have to make sure they get the right judgment score by these judges up here. So we'll see what the judges have for these two, or the results for these two between Konosuke Fujimoto and Kei Murakami. Already got the next battle lined up. That's actually going to be the start of our right side of our bracket for this top 16. And we already have our 3 moving on. So here we go. Who's going to go for Robbie? Who's Robbie going to go for right here? Murakami right there. Ryan Lante for Murakami, and Yoichi Miura for Murakami. So Kei Murakami is going to be moving on, and he gets the win.
Yeah, so Fujimoto did a good job when he was leading too, very smooth, but at the same time, I would have to say style-wise and also not a huge amount of angle. It looked like he was just trying to keep his line on par, you know, so he did a good job on the line part, but it looked like Murakami was mimicking him a little bit more better than Fujimoto was mimicking Murakami. And when Murakami was leading, obviously, if you run a wider line with, or looked like Murakami was running a little bit more angle, and I would have to say that he was on throttle a lot faster, and there was a lot more dynamics looking at him leading too. So comparing all that, I mean, it's very, very picky stuff, but we do have to pick one more time or one of the winners, and we all went with Murakami this time. But good job by Fujimoto.
And here we are going on to the right side of our bracket, already ready to go, already firing down the strip. Right here is going to be Mao Yamanaka against Ryutaro Oe right here. Coming in right here to the touch and go, S15 versus S14. Here they are ripping through to outer zone 3. And man, look at that smoke show they're giving. And right there on the inside pocket, trying to stay clear, is Oe. Good job by him finishing off strong with his proximity and trying to keep in the clear.
Hey, so after the touch and go area, was that like a demo or something?
I don't know. They turned it on. Yeah.
Because, I mean, the cars look similar, even though, you know, they're both on Good Rides, or they both have Good Ride sponsorship, obviously on Yokohama tires. But here we are. Mao Yamanaka is leading the championship right now. He does a great job in outside zone 1 and the touch and go, and Oe is just trying to keep up with them. But right here after that second outer zone, Oe just kind of creeped up to him, tried to get into the pocket right there, and both cars, I mean, that's a great tandem.
That was a heck of a finish.
That
right
was
there.
nice, yeah. I mean, Oe did not mimic Yamanaka's line at outside zone 1 as much as he was supposed to.
Yeah, and then you could see right here with this drone footage, I think I saw like a little bobble on the outside zone 1
when he was coming down right there. So that's the chase
Right
car.
there,
But
yeah.
after that, after the touch and go, he just turned on some switch or something, and he just kind of started to get closer. Look at that. Yamanaka does not do a good job on the outside zone 3 line right there, but that was cool.
That was awesome.
Really cool, yeah. And
see,
then,
that's what I love about this touch and go, because they can literally adjust it how they want to close their proximity on where they want to be.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that, you know, Mao Yamanaka is the son of Kenji Yamanaka. He's an ex-FD USA driver, and we also have Ryutaro Oe, his dad is Fujinaka, which drives a similar colored FD and FDJ, FD Japan Pro. So he's going to be
so both
qualifying
have,
after this too. But
both have great, you know,
the second
suits
gen
to follow. Yeah,
exactly.
they got good coaches, I guess you could say.
Second gen drift drivers right there, and both the drivers are young. They're like early 20s or something. So
You're right.
Very exciting styles that they have.
Both have been podium multiple times. I mean, been podium, so nothing's new to them. This competitive mentality has been ingrained to them. They saw their fathers compete, so here they both are right here. Tables is turned. Oe is in the lead. Yamanaka's going to be in the chase. Let's see what Oe is going to do in his lead run here and see if Yamanaka can keep that proximity gap closed. Here they come, coming in this touch and go. And look at that, Yamanaka right there, closing it in right here, coming a little bit closer into outer zone 3. Oh, is he going to commit to it or not? Is he going to stay in that pocket? Oe trying to finish off strong here in the inside clip 1. Looks like Yamanaka just gave off a little bit coming from outer zone 2 to the inside clip, or outer zone 3 to inside clip 1.
That again was exciting to see because it looked like Yamanaka had a very good. He was in a good position from the beginning to the end. He wasn't too close, but yet he wasn't too far either. Oe tries to do his best on outside zone 1, leaves the zone a little early, misses the touch and go by a car length or so, and he does not run all the way out to the wall where the outside zone 3 is, but he is in drift the whole time, and I think there's a big power difference here too, because I think Yamanaka's car is packed with a 2J. Oe's car still has the SR in it. And it probably makes like 400 or 500 horsepower or something like that. So there might be some power difference there too. But it looked like both the drivers did a really great job, showed us something very exciting.
So let's see. Robbie Nishida is going to go ahead and go left with Yamanaka. Ryan Lontaine is going to go with Yamanaka. And then we have Yoichi Mamura going with Mao Yamanaka. So Mao Yamanaka gets the win, and we'll be moving on to the grade 8 to start us off on the right side of the bracket.
Yeah, and I would have to say Oe did a great job of what he had, and he was actually going against the points leader of the series right now, so that's a tough guy to beat, but he is going to be knocked out right here early, right after they started with the top 16, but Yamanaka's moving on.
So like you were saying, Mao Yamanaka, he actually podiumed 2nd in round 1, 3rd in round 2, and 1st in round 3.
So is he going to keep his tradition going?
He podiumed every single time. So this man is ready to be a pro. He's ready to be at the top of the game. So definitely good to see that, but till then, let's go ahead and move on to who he's going to be battling against in the grade 8.
Yeah, so the drivers are going to be car number 220, Shinichi Ishizuka versus car number 10, Ryo Okabe. Okabe is in the JZX 100, and Ishizuka is in the R33 Skyline. So let's see, this is going to be an RB versus 2J battle here.
RB-JZ battle right here. But yeah, like we were looking at earlier, we were walking through the pits. You know, it's crazy. His Ishizuka's R33 is like, it's still packed with some stock things in there. Like he still has like some of like the panels and stuff like that. So it's pretty intense to see him out here competing in it. But I know he said last event that he's doing it because he enjoys drifting. He wants to come out here, have fun. And here he is coming from outer zone 1 to the touch and go. Oh. Let's see that go. Look at that. Is he going to keep it? Is he going to be able to hold it? Oh, he's not being able to hold that coming from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3 right there.
Man.
For Okabe. That is very unfortunate, but you can see how he dove in from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, but he just couldn't hold that angle and
this is where you have to watch out because Ishizuka's pace was pretty much the same the whole time, and what happened was Okabe tried to gain proximity after the touch and go, and he didn't. He actually shot in a little bit too shallow and fast, and that created him to wash out and spin out probably right before the outside zone 3. But right here, after here, look at Okabe's car right there. Not so much angle at the touch and go, and not so much angle going to the outside zone 2. And now there's a big, how can I say it, decel right here after the touch and go when you do the transition. And not being in that position where you want to be, if you're going a little bit too fast going into the outside zone 3, it's very intimidating.
That wall
because the
right
wall's there. And if you react a little too quick, and if your car's not ready for that reaction, it will cause you to either wash out or you can spin out. And that's probably what happened to Okabe right now.
One thing I wanted to add also is when you're coming from outer zone 2 after the touch and go into outer zone 3, you'll eventually see it, but pay attention to it where the track kind of cuts in. It actually has a little bit of a hop or a drop or whatever. So you'll see some of these cars kind of like have a little bit of hesitation drop to it.
Oh, that wasn't like hydraulics, like lowriders? No?
Not with these suspension that they have on these
okay.
cars.
Okay.
So you have to notice that. So having that accounting for being sideways and kind of decelling but coming into a wall, all that combined, that's a lot on their mind and a lot on their plate, along with being in the chase position with the smoke show that they're chasing.
You got the smoke, you got the car, you got the wall, you got the hop. I mean, that's a lot of...
it's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
But definitely, like, let's take a look at it this time, because definitely, you'll see the dynamics in the build of this track and see the difficulties, but that's definitely a lot right there in that transition point. But here they are coming into outer zone 1. Okabe in the lead, Ishizuka in the chase in his R33. Here they are coming into the touch and go. And as you'll see coming from outer zone 2, there's a little drop right there. Oh no! Oh, he hits the wall. And like I said, you saw that drop, that little hop in his car.
Yeah, I mean, that's the area where you don't want to get off gas and you don't want a correction. You don't want your front end to wash out, because there you go. We don't have many walls in FD Japan. But we do have one right here, and that's probably the most critical area to have one, because, you can actually go straight into it, just like what you saw. Let's go ahead and check out the replay, the way Okabe went into the wall too, because there was a major correction. He basically went into it straight.
Yeah, you'll see here, just watch his car, how it hits that little bit of a bump, and he didn't anticipate to kick it completely or keep it sideways. Here, boom, straight on. Oh.
Yeah, then I think that's just a normal reaction, where I learned this when I was driving in the States, where it's like, if you're near a wall, you just step on it, because if you even hesitate to, just let off real quick to get back on it, and if that front end just washes you right out, rear grips too much, you're going to end up in a wall. So, man, that's unfortunate for Okabe.
Very, very unfortunate. You can see, hopefully we're going to make sure that the driver's okay, squared away, because that's the number one concern we have. But unfortunately, that car is pretty beat up.
Hey, man, these two are pretty tough, too, so you never know, So.
But, yeah, that's definitely the danger zone. Like, we literally just talked about that hop, and you could see how his car kind of hopped, and you saw his hesitation, and then all of a sudden he straightened straight to the wall.
Yeah, or, I think it might be not a hesitation. Maybe it could have been, the car just doing something out of the ordinary,
The official call right here. So Ishizuka is going to be moving on to the grade 8, but we're going to make sure that Okabe is good. They got the ambulance out there checking him out and making sure that he's fine, because the impact of that going through a drift and then coming to a sudden halt there into the wall is not.
There you go, to the bottom left. You see the straight line. He just went straight into it, because I mean, it doesn't seem like he had too much room to play with once the car corrected, because the wall probably came up real quick to him. So. And
right there, that's a pretty narrow strip there between outer zones 1 and 2, or coming into outer zone 3 where that wall is. It gets real narrow there. So like you said, it's one of those things where you almost close your eyes and just give it gas so you can get out of the situation that you're in.
Yeah, because going into it, I mean, from the front, I mean, I don't know, hitting the back and the front washing back in and hitting the wall too, that's like 2 areas where you're hitting.
And we saw that yesterday too. We saw a few people that almost washed out, but they punched it and they saved themselves by accelerating out. Because like you said, when you're coming into a drift and you give it gas, it's automatically going to pull you a little bit forward as you're going.
Yeah.
I don't experience that because I'm not that extreme like you. So.
Well, I'm not extreme either. I'm talking about like things that I used to do like 30 years ago. So.
But yeah, for now, let them get the car squared away, cleaned up, get the driver ready. But till then, check out these commercials.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
And we are back here at the Okayama International Circuit for the Yokohama Presents Round 4 FTJ2 competition here for top 16. And if you're just viewing in, you can see the crane truck right there, craning off Okabe right there as he actually went head on into outer zone 3 wall. And like Robbie was saying, these Toyotas are built pretty tough, and it looks like the damage is not too extensive, but it looks like a rod or something. One of the arms broke because they're not getting the right steering angle to move it.
I mean, any accident, any crash hurts, you know, and it's unfortunate that that happened. But yeah, looking at that battle, you know, Ishizuka did move on. Okabe is knocked out right here after hitting that wall. But it looks like the driver is okay, which is, you know, the number one thing. So I'm glad that he's all right. You know, I think they're just doing checks with him just to make sure that, you know, there's no prolonged damage to his body either.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard hit coming from outer zone 2 into outer zone 3. He hit that little bump, kind of went straight in, and you can see the skid marks. Once they show it again, you'll see the skid marks go straight into the wall. So the crew's out there working hard. This is actually Okayama International Circuit's crew out here. Usually we have our own FDJ crew out there, but when we come to these bigger circuits, they actually provide us with the facility and obviously the manpower for taking care of all the track situations.
That was Ultraman Ultra 7 flying. I think he was flying to the rescue.
He was coming to the rescue.
Yeah, he was coming to the rescue right now.
They were putting a little remix in there.
Yeah. So don't worry about that when you see that pop in here and there. Just trying to do something a little different. Something a
mix
little
it up for
exciting.
him.
Yeah.
Keep the eyes appealing there.
Yeah. So it looks like they did put the car onto the truck fairly fast, so they're going to go ahead and tow that car back to his pits. And while they are doing that, they also had some fluid leak at the outside zone 3 area. They did put some sand or
kitty litter or something.
Like chalk or something. Yeah, kitty litter all over it to soak up the fluids. And now we should be getting back to the competition very, very shortly.
But with that being said, we have 2 more battles left in our top 16. And that'll bring us to our grade 8, which we already have a good chunk. But what I noticed is on the left side of our bracket, our grade 8 was built of all the chase, the ones that qualified lower than the other ones, except the first qualifier, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it did, huh? Iwasaki versus Kogure. Kogure qualified 9th and Iwasaki qualified 8th. Kogure moved on. Sato qualified 4th. Shinkawa qualified 13th. But Sato qualified lower, so it's half and half.
50-50 deal.
Sorry, guys. Wrong information coming from our host, Kenny Harris. Sorry, he's probably on drugs because let me talk about some personal stuff. He did break his hip 2 weeks ago, and he's probably on some heavy medication. So sometimes he'll be like, the mispronunciations and the.
Oh, I got something to blame it on now.
There you go. You're like, I'm on drugs,
I got a scapegoat for it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, I did break my hip, so I'll be on crutches for 3 months. But they still dragged me out here and said, "Is your voice okay?" And I was like, "Yes." They're like, "Cool, then you can talk."
That makes the series sound bad, but no. What really happened was, we were like, Kenny, just. Don't come because your hip's broke. And he was like, no, please, I have to go. I love doing this, please. So I was like, all right.
8.5 hour drive later, here we are at Okayama International Circuit. Now, it was a good drive, though, and you'll see here soon probably the Jumbotron. Many of you seen it before. That Toyota Tundra that got extended 2 feet and has that huge screen on there. That's our beautiful luxury chariot that brings us to every event that we go to.
Hey, it's really easy to say that it was a nice 8-hour drive when you're not driving at all.
Exactly. But see,
I did all the driving.
But I carry on the conversation and keep them awake.
Yeah, then Gary McQueen was in the back sleeping.
Eating cookies and sleeping.
So
he does that very well.
Thanks for the help, guys. But let's get back to the competition right here. They are almost done cleaning the track. If you can start seeing them kicking the floor, that's like one of those, checking the floor out with the bottom of your shoe technique, I guess. Yeah, but yes, the FDJ2 is sponsored by Yokohama Tires. It is a spec tire series, so everybody is on the Advan 8008s. We actually have the Advan gate right in front of us, right before this turn. You'll probably see it when we're doing replays and when we're seeing the competition move on. But I think they were checking to make sure that the wall has not moved. Maybe it didn't.
But yeah, we are very lucky. As most of y'all know, we usually have bad luck all season with the weather, and this weather is beautiful. Can't ask for anything more, and I am knocking on wood right now because I don't want it to jinx us. But I can't complain. This is amazing. We have nice breeze. Nice overcast, sunny skies. But here we are coming up to our next battle, which is going to be against Kenichi Takashima against what's that?
Nothing.
Against Hideyuki Shibata. So
Takashima is driving the JZX 100 Chaser, and Shibata is driving the Toyota ZN6 Toyota 86. All Toyota battle. One of them has a 1.5J. The 86 has a 1.5J, which is a 1J head with the 2J block, and the JZX 100 has a 2J in it.
Should be a good battle between the two. But yeah, like we were talking about during opening ceremony. So yes, a little bit of the restrictions got lifted a little bit, so now we can have some spectators. We have a few spectators out here in the crowd. We have awesome booth set up for all the sponsors that are out there. So if you want, check out the Instagram, Formula Drift Japan Instagram page. There's a little bit of behind the scenes. We're trying to get that shot out there for you so you can see a little bit behind the scenes with the pits. You can see the crew out here, the sponsors out here, their booths, how they set it up, because I know Liberty Walk's got a handful of cars along with Good Ride. They have some good cars out here. Valenti's got a car on a trailer, pretty sick looking, has their lights set up. And you have Hot Wheels and Valino and all these other booths out here, also along with the good food that they have at the end.
Yeah, I'm excited to go get me some takoyaki and all this JDM goodies that are out here. But
if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. So let's go back to the competition. Now we are ready. The track is cleaned up. Everything is ready to go. The last two battles of the top 16 is about to start. It is car number 86, Takashima, going against car number 480, Shibata in the Toyota 86.
Takashima here in the lead with Shibata right here coming up, closing that proximity in the outer zone 1 right here. Definitely wants to close a little bit more, and Takashima right there. Whoa, Shibata is having a huge right there correction, getting a little bit close on his proximity, coming into outer zone 3 here. Shibata, look at that, diving right into his quarter panel, inside clip 1, and testing his limits right there, just, fishing in and out.
Yeah, so I did not like how Shibata was driving for the first half of the track because he was very, very small on the line, but the second half he really, really charged and attacked. Let's go ahead and check out Takashima. He did dip a couple tires out at the outside zone 1 right here. Let's go ahead and check that out. Right there, 2 tires there, and Shibata had nowhere to go because he ran a very, very small line. I would have to say that's a huge correction, but right here he attacks. He gets close, and that looked like Takashima was not stalling, but he was slowing down, and it looked like he couldn't gain traction there, leaving outside zone 3. And I'm not sure if that's because he just ran over that whatever spill that they just had at the outside zone 3. So I would have to count that as the track condition. And that actually gave Shibata a chance to kind of creep up to the inside of Takashima's JZX. Now we'll see.
I definitely like the aggression on the second half, like you were saying, but that huge correction he made coming from outer zone 1, taking that, like you say every time, if you start taking a bad line at the start or at any zone, that affects the rest of your run.
Yeah,
and right there you just saw where he had to make a huge correction and almost pretty much straighten up into that touch and go to finish off. But you could see he probably got mad at himself there and was like, you know what, I need to do something here at the end. And he definitely attacked coming from outer zone 3 into the inside clip.
He was like, I ain't going out like that. So
yeah. But that's what we want to see right there. You just saw how his car was right there on his inside pocket of his right quarter. He hugged it as tight as he could, so the transition when they come to the inside clip, he didn't get,
in the way of the
smoke trail or any of that stuff. So yeah, beautiful job on that second half. But let's see what he's going to do in his lead run while Takashima's going to be on the chase. Somebody mentioned that you should get a raise, Robbie, because you're commentating and judging. How do you feel?
I mean, yeah, that'll be great.
He's speechless. You saw that. I got him speechless there. Good job for the comment there on making him speechless.
Oh man.
Still
I want to drive too, so I do want to drive too. But
so would you exchange it all to drive?
Yeah, it's fun.
There you go.
Here we go.
He's ready to come out of retirement, guys. But here we are, Shibata right here in the lead, and you have Takashima in the chase. So is Takashima going to keep this proximity? Here it is right here. Shibata, dipping some tires right there with Takashima right here. Shibata right here finishing off into outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. And man, is Takashima going to be able to close that proximity like Shibata did? And it looks like he's not going to be able to. And Shibata's continuing on with his lead run.
Oh man, this is going to be tough. Going to have to check out the replays because, there was 2 sloppy runs made by the drivers. Let's go ahead and check this out. Everything looked okay up until they made it out to the outside zone 1. Here they are. Shibata had to gain angle. It looked like, you know what? That actually looks like the major correction by Shibata when he was leaving. Let me go ahead and check that out one more time.
Let's see what he's going to see. They're going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about it. I see everyone out there trying to get it one more time, but here you go. Let's see the bird's eye view, the best view, I think, in the house right here from the drone crew.
Yeah, right there. It looks like something happened to Shibata. Maybe he Right there, yeah.
right before he hit the zone. Ooh.
I don't know if he couldn't find traction and he was waiting a little too long, and he didn't get back on gas as early as he was supposed to. So I would have to put that mistake that was made by Takashima on Shibata pretty much.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, because that was right before the start of Outer Zone 1, and you can see how Shibata dove in, which that extended the proximity gap because he dove straight in.
We're going to go ahead and check out one more replay where I want to go ahead and focus on Shibata's lead run, where it doesn't look – he looked like he was just coasting and the car wasn't just going anywhere right before he went into the outside Zone 1.
Here we are right here.
Here we go. So let's go ahead and focus on Shibata's car right there. He's leading, and he's just kind of rolling. And
he did a hard kick there, and there's, ooh.
Yeah.
That was almost a straight right there coming from the outer zone, in the middle of outer zone 1 right there where he dove in.
Yeah, I would have to say that was a very big drop of pace by Shibata when he was leading. Going to the outside Zone 1. Maybe he felt like he was going to wash out, and maybe he was trying to save himself. Maybe he was kind of staying off throttle to keep the car within the track. Because I think that does happen out there at the outside Zone 1 because you're coming in pretty hot. If you're not running a crazy amount of angle from there you go. Like, he was off throttle for a pretty good amount of time, and it didn't look like he was trying to get out of that situation either. And it looked like Takashima got caught up behind it. But
the thing is Takashima didn't get faced. He just continued his run.
Yeah, he didn't get an incomplete either. So.
Yeah, so he didn't try to take these crazy shallow lines to try to catch up to him, which, sometimes, like I said, it could be beneficial. But in that situation where he was doing his right thing and Shibata kind of had that hiccup right there, definitely laid a different line for him, and he played his part. So we'll see here what the judges have to say. There's a view right there of outer Zone 1.
All right, so now let's go ahead and check out the lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase scenario.
Here you go.
I think both of the chases, a lot of mistakes. Shibata's lead, big mistakes. The only thing that we had good right here was probably Takashima's lead.
Yeah, so Kenichi Takashima right there is going to be going on to the Grade 8. He gets the win. Congratulations. And like you were saying, like you were explaining a lot about that lead mistake that Shibata made right at the start definitely affected the full pace of that run.
Yeah, but you know what I have to say? Shibata did a great job after the touch and go when he was giving chase, and I really liked that energy that he had going to the outside Zone 3 and kind of dove in and gave that attack. So hopefully he could do that from the beginning of the battle and when he's leading as well, so he can do a clean lead run. But Shibata is getting knocked out here at top 16, and Takashima is moving on to the Grade 8. And the last battle of the top 16, we will see who is going to be going against car number 86 Takashima at the Grade 8 battle.
Are you sure we're going to see who's going to be going up?
Well, we're looking at the track right now. I'm looking to see how smooth the pavement is.
So our last battle for the top 16, or for the Grade 8, is coming up, and like Robbie was explaining during opening ceremonies, it's going to be against the Dr. Miyagi, who ranks 6th. He's going to be leading against Kaneda, but Kaneda is actually, they're doing a transplant of engines from his vehicle to the FDJ driver's car, which is Yusuke Kusaba's A90 Supra, because he suffered some internal damage to his engine during practice yesterday. I think
it was like a rod knock or something.
Yeah, so they're making the team decision to progress the pro driver
they're gonna move on. Yeah, they're going to move on, and they're going to go ahead and put all of their effort and resources into the FDJ car, and that's a pretty ballsy move to do, because Kaneda is actually ranking 2nd in the FDJ too.
Yes, and he's podiumed in many a time.
There you go. That's Kaneda right there. He's crying. That's a gesture. He's sad because his car is out. They took his engine. They took his heart.
They took his heart, and they're putting it in.
Oh, man.
But, Yusuke Kusaba did podium last event at Okuibuki.
Yeah,
so
they want to keep that momentum going.
He's having a good momentum. He's having good transition from how he started last year, breaking the car into where he's at now, and he's really getting to understand it. So here we are. Miyagi's at the line. He's going to do his bye run so he can go ahead and move on to the Grade 8 successfully. And here he is with this mean 8.6 coming in hot into outer zone 1 right here in his Team Kazuma with Motis ZN686. Car is a mean machine, and don't underestimate it. It has full potential to rip in the Pro Series. Here he is right here.
Yeah, it's funny though. We just showed Kaneda's Kusaba's spotter.
So he didn't go home just yet because he's got to stay for the J drivers.
He's going to be like, yo, man, that's my engine in your car. It's like, you better do good, you know. That's a lot of pressure. But like you said, right now Kaneda he's knocked out because of mechanical issues. Not his mechanical issues, but somebody else's mechanical issues. Yeah, the Team Cusco 8.6 is knocked out here. Miyagi, Dr. Miyagi, is moving on to the grade 8. He's going to be going against Takashima for the last battle of the grade 8. Now, we are going to get ready to go back to the top left of the ladder again. The next battle is going to be car number 654 driving the FD3S, Kitagawa versus car number 590 driving the JZX 100 Cresta, Kogure. That's going to be a pretty nice battle, but Kitagawa's on fire because he qualified first, so he knows how to run his lead runs out here. So Kogure is going to have to come out with all his guns and weapons to take down the #1 qualifier.
And move on to that Final Four. But like you just saw, if you're just joining us, here we are at Okayama International Circuit. We're in the grade 8, moving on to the Final Four. Well, we're in the grade 8 battles. But here you are for the FDJ2 series. This is round 4 of FDJ2. It's a double header. We have round 5 for FDJ going on later on this weekend, and it'll be pretty exciting. It's jam-packed with all sorts of activities. We have our vendor booths out here. We have a spectating crowd, so we have people out here cheering. So it's definitely a different dynamic and a different atmosphere that we're feeling this weekend.
All right, so the first battle of the grade 8 is right here, about to kick off the grade 8 battles. Man, it just feels so good because we're never going to go back to how life used to be, but we're getting closer. We have spectators.
We'll be continue talking through a plexiglass like we are right now. Here we are right here with Kitagawa right there in the lead, and Kogure right here, seeing if he can hold that proximity or at that angle right there, coming in right here to the touch and go. Kitagawa right there, beautiful job coming out of outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. And man, that FD rotary right there just screaming at us.
All right, so I have to say something. Like, that's the #1 qualifier, but his entry, after the entry, he left outside zone 1 way too early, missed touch and go, didn't get close to outside zone 2. I don't know, something happened. I don't know, maybe he's gripping his car up to compete. Like right there, doesn't feel outside zone 1, misses outside or touch and go, leaves outside zone 2 super early. Kind of feels outside zone 3, but look at this, doesn't even get close to inside clip right here too, just washes out. So I would have to say that is not a good lead run by Kitagawa, where it's kind of a question mark, where he was been landing like some solid runs. Very high, maybe 90-point runs, even with the battle that he had earlier. And, I kind of can't believe my eyes when he was driving right now. But at the same time, Kogure was pretty much mimicking his line. Didn't have good proximity, but he was just pretty much doing what he had to do behind Kitagawa. Now, we always talk about having a great lead run, running outside line, a lot of angle, a lot of gas. That'll give the chase car a chance to run a very close proximity run. So,
and like you said, with that shallower run right there, it creates that gap that we don't want to see. If you hit those zones, it kind of prevents and kind of de-escalates
gives the chase car a chance to do a good job. And also that makes the lead car look good too, because we want you to run a line like that.
Exactly. And like we were talking about earlier, this is a very high-paced track. That straight right there, they're coming like 4th gear into it, coming in extremely hot. So these drivers got to commit to one another to make sure that that lead driver is going to hit that zone and hit it to the full potential that they're supposed to. But here we are. The tables are turned now. Kogure is going to be on the lead while Kitagawa is going to be on the chase. So Kogure really has to bank on his lead run here. and make sure that he hits all the zones like he's supposed to. So here he is right here. I know he had a little bit of washout situation on outer zone 1, but let's see if he can dial that in and hit that nice fine edge of outer zone 1. He had a little bit of washout right there, but here he is coming into the touch and go. Look at that, diving in. Ooh, beautiful job coming into outer zone 3 right there. See if he can hold through. Oh, and unfortunately not being able to, taking a pylon for a ride through the rest of the track. Man, Kitagawa definitely risked it all right there, coming from that touch and go into outer zone 2.
Yeah, that he got super close to Kogure's rear bumper or the rear quarter panel when he did do the transition, but that was really close, and that was really cool to see, and that was a big mistake that he did make because I think he knew that he had to do something to beat him because his lead run was probably not as good as he thought. Now, Kogure does dip 2 tires out right there. Not good, but right there, Kitagawa kind of attacks in the wrong area and got really close. That was really dangerous, but at the same time, he has a
pylon, yeah, he took it for a ride.
There you go, he left it for us, but yeah, that was a huge mistake that Kitagawa did.
But see, the thing that if you notice on that chase run for Kitagawa, look at his outer zone 1. Perfect. It was right on that edge.
He should have done that when he was leading.
In his lead, yeah.
Exactly.
So definitely not sure what happened there, and it's very unfortunate that he dove in right there because we were seeing a lot of people dive in after outer zone 2 right there because they're catching that touch and go. They're catching their, I guess.
Yeah, but you have to realize that you have to mimic the lead car. So doing an earlier transition behind and tucking in too much, that doesn't give you it's going to put you in a bad situation outside zone 3 because you're going to be in a smaller tight line. So
Hiroaki Kogure right there gets the win, and moving on to our final 4. First driver to final 4.
Yeah, so Kitagawa had a great weekend because he did qualify first, and his lead run from his earlier battle was great as well. A lot of things probably happened, and he made it to the grade 8, but he is knocked out. But I would have to say, great weekend for Kitagawa, and hopefully he comes back for the next round stronger than this time. But I would have to say, man, Kogure needs to watch out because he's kind of been lucky that the lead car his opposing lead car lead run isn't on par because, I mean, to tell you the truth, the 2 tires dip at the outside zone 1 is actually not good because...
And also on top of that, Iwasaki, his first battle, she, kind of defaulted herself. So that's pretty crazy that where he's at now, it's kind of played in his favor.
All right, so the reason why we see only Sato at the line is because I guess Murakami called his competition timeout. So he's going to have 5 minutes to look over his car. I don't know what kind of trouble he is facing right now, but he does have 5 minutes. And I think the 5-minute was already called a little bit earlier, so... I'm pretty sure by now he probably only has like 3 minutes or 4 minutes or so.
So yeah, this is supposed to be a JZX 100 chaser battle going on right here. So it looks like he got squared away and he's going to go get his tires warmed up.
No, that was S15, so I think that was the next battle.
Oh, so we might be moving on to that, but right now we got Takumi Sato at the line still waiting.
No, so they went to warm their tires up, so I think we're just going to we're going to wait for it because it's a couple of minutes. So hopefully Murakami can get his car situated. And Sato qualifying 4th from yesterday, moving into the grade 8. Looks like he has been having a stable weekend where he's doing a great job leading and chasing at his top 16 battle. I like this, the FDJ2, a lot of the younger drivers, upcoming stars, new faces, unfamiliar cars. Yeah, like we were talking earlier, Sato's car looks like kind of a street car because he doesn't have that many stickers on it.
Very simple.
Yeah, versus Murakami's car is more of like a track competition car. So
yeah, beautiful weather, waiting on what's going on with Murakami and seeing if we're going to progress on. But for now...
Yeah, so I think we're not going to move on to the next battle. We're just going to wait for this one
since we got
for the competition timeout to end. Hopefully Murakami is going to make it.
But yeah, we got a little bit of time. So if you're just now viewing, you're watching FDJ2.
Hey, there you go. Car number 12 Murakami is going to scrub his tires, so he did make his competition timeout. It looks like his car is kind of slant. It looks like the left side lower.
Robbie got lost there. He's car 6, but he qualified 12th.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
I messed up.
That's the only reason why I'm here, is to call his flaws.
No, we do that to each other, and it's kind of fun.
But yeah, if you're just now viewing, this is FDJ2. This is the feeder series into the Pro FDJ. And then to get to FDJ2, if you want to, you'll face the MSC series.
You have the MSC series, then you get the FDJ2, then you move on to FDJ.
And the MSC series, a little bit smaller series. They do like, what is it, Nico's Circuit. Don't they have one coming up in Okinawa? As Robbie is...
I was yawning.
Adjusting his jaw.
My jaw. Yeah, we have an Okinawa round. I don't even know how that's going to be because the whole corona situation. I know the state of emergency and everything is lifted, but we're still cautious, you know. We're still following the safety...
in the COVID protocols.
Yeah, the protocols.
We have our plexiglass in between. We do have our face mask.
Plexiglass?
Plexiglass in between. But we also have our face masks, so we are still following the rules. We're not wearing them right now just because so y'all can hear. We're kind of like answering your calls that we see on these messages from previous events where you guys are saying it's hard to hear y'all. You guys are kind of muffled. So we have this plexiglass still keeping that distance from one another. But look at that. Here we go. Coming into our next battle right here. Murakami was able to make it. Sato right here on the lead, coming into the 3-2-1, initiating into outer zone 1 right here. Beautiful job by the two. Right there on that fine edge by Sato into the touch and go. But man, Murakami right there struggling with that transition for the touch and go. And then there's another one right there.
It's a double rainbow. I mean, double zero, double incomplete.
Double incomplete right there. So lead for Sato is incomplete, and Murakami's chase is going to be incomplete. So
let me explain the situation. If the lead car incompletes first, then the chase car doesn't have anything to chase. So that's it. The run is done there. So if that was the other way around, where the lead car spun out first, chase car could do whatever he wants afterwards, whatever they want afterwards, because the lead car is already done. Now, this case, the chase car spins out at the transition before the touch and go right here. So he's like, boom. He incompletes, and the lead car just had to finish the run. And
you lost the replay.
Yeah, I wanted to talk as we saw it, but never mind. There you go. The white car, white JZX Chaser. Sato spins out at outside zone 3, throws it all away. So both cars get a big
goose egg.
Here
we'll see the replay, but like you said, that's very unfortunate. But let's see here. Because I know Murakami
was on a bad line right there, so he had nowhere to go.
Here.
He had nowhere to go, and he's like, I have to make a transition. I'm going to go off track. Boom, spins out. And he's like, yeah, you spun out behind me. I got this.
I thought he was heading back to the pits saying, oh, the run's done. I said I thought he was heading to the pits because right there's a pit. He's like, oh, the run's done. He spun out. I'm done,
He was
right?
going to take a shortcut, say, yeah, I'm done. You know, the car behind me spun. All right, so now we're going to have to go ahead and check out Murakami lead and Sato give chase.
Everybody likes your double rainbow. Your double rainbow call. I don't know where that came from, but hey, it worked. Everybody likes it.
No, you don't know the double rainbow, dude? On the internet? He started crying or something?
Oh.
Like, yeah, that's old. You know, I'm old, so. All right, so let's go ahead and see Murakami lead and Sato give chase.
So here you go right here. Both of them kind of ex-nate their last run. So here we are. So it's a lead and chase battle. Ooh, right there, Sato had a little bit of correction or hesitation right there. Coming into outer zone 1, but let's see how he's going to do with his proximity into this touch and go to outer zone 2 here. No. Ooh, just missed that wall right there.
All right, so I don't know what happened and why Murakami had to call the competition timeout, and maybe that's something that has something to do with it. Yeah. He spun out twice. Maybe the rear end isn't biting as much as it's supposed to. And yeah, I mean, he pretty much he still had space to battle this out to see who was a winner. I mean, maybe even one more time after this, but
man,
Murakami just gift wrapped it and gave it to Sato for some reason. So
man, Murakami definitely put us on the edge of his seat because that wall was creeping quick on him.
Yep, and I did not want to see Sato end up in there joining hands with him in that situation. But good thing, good save by Sato and Murakami right there.
And here's a replay. Let's see where the, I guess you could say, mistake happened. I don't know if it was where that bump is coming into outer zone 3. One of the struggles or challenges that these drivers have to face. But beautiful job right there at the beginning by Murakami. And here he is right here. And just lost it right there coming into outer zone 3.
Man.
Here we go, Robbie Nishida, Ryan Lonten, and Yoichi Mamura going to with Takumi Saito. So Takumi Saito gets the win and moving on to the final four.
Sato. Takumi Sato.
I like that.
You said Saito.
I know I did. Thanks, see, he corrects me too. See, so we got each other. Yeah. Even though I can clearly hear myself in this headset.
No, Kenny's a little stubborn, so he doesn't even listen to himself.
That's true. You are actually right there.
No, so for the top 4, we got Kogure, car number 590, going against car number 30, Sato. A JZX battle there. And now we are moving on to the number 2 qualifier that is leading the championship right now. Mao Yamanaka going against Ishizuka in his R33 Skyline. Let's see how this is going to turn out.
Let's see if Ishizuka could keep this proximity gap nice and close against the points lead. Yamanaka right here, Yamanaka right there, filling that outer zone, coming in the touch and go. Beautiful job hitting this outer zone. A little bit shallow on that, but let's see how he's going to get with outer zone 3. And Ishizuka right there trying to close that proximity and just getting kind of, dragged away, but not getting lost in that smoke trail that Yamanaka was leaving.
Yeah, so, I mean, Yamanaka did a beautiful job when he's on his lead run right now. He does fill the zones the way he's supposed to. And he is on throttle most of the time. Very good job. He is pretty much ready for FDJ. Right there on the line for the outside zone. Fills the zone. A little far from the touch and go. Tad bit of space in between outside zone 2, but looks like he fills outside zone 3 fairly good. Gets on the in clip. And this whole time we have Ishizuka is probably about 3-4 car lengths behind him, and he's just trying to mimic his line. But it looked like he was shallowing up at the outside zone 1 behind Yamanaka to close the gap in between the cars, but it didn't look like it helped too much. So this is going to be a tough one for Ishizuka because of how flawless Yamanaka's lead run was. But now you never know what's going to happen after they switch places when Ishizuka is going to give, or he's going to lead and Yamanaka is going to give chase. Ishizuka, all he has to do is just run closest to 100%, 100-point run, not percent, 100-point run in front of Yamanaka, and Yamanaka just has to mimic him as much as possible and also get as close as possible to Ishizuka's car.
So yeah, like you said, a lot can happen. A lot of the tables have been turned in these chase runs, so we'll see what Yamanaka's going to do in his chase while Ishizuka's going to be in the lead. And like you said before, when Ishizuka was leading his last battle, he kind of had a slower pace, still hit the zones and hit the angle, but it definitely changed the dynamic for the driver that was chasing. And with Yamanaka being such an intense driver, it's going to be something challenging for him where he's going to have to adjust himself to Ishizuka's driving.
Yeah, now this is giving Yamanaka a lot of space, though, because he's already in the grade 8, and the number 2 ranking in the championship for FDJ2, Kaneda, is, he doesn't have a car for top 16, so he's pretty much knocked out after he qualified, too. So this is actually going to create a huge gap for Yamanaka to lead in the FDJ2 series to get the championship.
Here we are, Ishizuka's going to be in the lead while Yamanaka is in the chase, and here he is right here, Yamanaka coming in to outer zone 1, but Ishizuka trying to hit that nice fine line of outer zone 1, kind of leaving outer zone 1 a little early into the touch and go, leaving that touch and go a little early, but here he is trying to clean up his run in the lead, but Yamanaka closing that proximity into him right here, coming up to inside clip 1, finishing very strong and right in his left quarter panel.
Yeah, at first I was like, hey, what's Yamanaka doing at outside zone 1? Because he was taking a very, very small line, but he did clean it up after the touch and go. Let's go ahead and check this out. Ishizuka does a fairly good job leading right here. He does try to fill outside zone 1 as much as possible. Leaves the outside zone 1 a little early, but right there, Yamanaka does a transition nowhere near the touch and go. Very far in running a shallow line outside zone 1, but after that, he turns the switch on and gets into chase mode right here. Gets as close as possible to Ishizuka. And I would have to say, Ishizuka, there's nothing wrong with what he had to do, but, you know, overall, the pace might have been a little slow, and it's maybe either, you know, power difference and all kinds of things that the cars could have. But it looks like Yamanaka had a very, very good lead run compared to Ishizuka's run. So let's see what the other judges has to say as well.
Exactly, between the lead to lead, chase to chase cross comparison. But yeah, Ishizuka right there in the RB. What is it? He told me it was 2.7.
2.7 liter. Okay,
yeah.
So stroke. Look at this nice weather that we have out here, and thank you for joining us once again here on the live stream, and also everybody out here watching it live with us.
We definitely do appreciate it. Here we are, Robbie Nishida with Yamanaka, Ryan Lantain, Yamanaka, and Yoichi Mamura. So Mao Yamanaka gets the win, and we'll be moving on to the final 4 for the right side of the bracket.
Wow, so Yamanaka is getting closer and closer to keeping that tradition of making every podium for all the rounds. But yes, Ishizuka is knocked out, but like you said, he has a street spec R33, very interesting build and a cool car. Looks like he has the skills to keep the car where it has to be. So
most definitely.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll come back stronger next round. He is knocked out at the grade 8, and Yamanaka is moving on. And now we are going to see who is going to be battling Yamanaka at... Oh, you know what? I just figured it out right now looking at the ladder. Yamanaka is guaranteed podium already, so he's made...
Yeah, because he got number 2 qualifying.
Yeah, he's second in qualify. Kogure was 9th. Sato is 4th. So either or wins or loses, Yamanaka still, even if he does win or lose at the top 4, so he's going to be 3rd for sure. And right now looking at Takashima, Takashima's qualified 3rd, and Miyagi's qualified 6th. So it doesn't matter where he's at. He wins or loses, he's already got podium. Man, that's like every
every round so far.
Like, yeah, check out my 40 trophies that I got. You know?
Exactly. But like you were saying, we still have Takashima and Miyagi up for the final battle in our grade 8 to move on to our final 4.
Yeah, but I know that these guys are not going to settle with just, oh yeah, I got a podium, so
yeah,
that's cool.
They're going
to go for it, yeah.
So yeah, it'll be very interesting. But like you said, you know, and like we said earlier, this is a jam-packed weekend. We have FDJ2, we have FDJ, so definitely check out the YouTube. There's different times. We're also going to have qualifying for FDJ going on here in that later afternoon, but right now we're finishing up our grade 8 to get to our final 4, our last battle of it on the right side of our bracket, if you're just joining in. But yeah, it's pretty jam-packed.
All right, so we're just waiting on Takashima right now. I guess he has to fuel up or something, so... these drivers have to be ready by the time that the battle is done, and when the officials need them to be at the line, they have to be at the line. If they can't make it to the line, we're going to have to go into a competition timeout because, you know, there's 50 drivers. We need to make sure that these drivers are ready to go at all times. You know, unless they just got done with the battle or something, you know.
Yeah.
But we don't want people to just be like, oh, I'm just going to roll out whenever I feel like it. So
then,
it's like, let me have my coffee real quick.
Because then the viewers have to listen to us.
Yeah, exactly. We want to see more drifting. I don't want to hear Robbie and Kenny blab away about the weather at Okayama. Who cares about all that? Who cares about, you know,
I mean, they do
what's up with your hip and everything, you know?
They do care about the weather, though, because I know they hate the, you know, sobby rain, you know.
No. They don't want to hear us talk about it.
Oh, I
like,
know.
Look at the blue skies. Look at the white
But they are looking at the
clouds.
blue skies.
Yeah, exactly. And look at that banner on the gate we have. That's the starter gate. That's pretty cool. You should see us, oh, you know what? You should see some of my YouTube channels.
Yeah, go to Hey Man Robbie on YouTube, because that's a little bit of behind the scenes that you don't see.
I don't even know if I videoed how we take this down and put this up.
Because it might be a
Safety.
it might be an OSHA safety
It's kind of
issue.
funny.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't have anything like that here, and that's strict. And obviously, we do everything the most safe way, but it's pretty cool how a lot of us set up the track and, you know, tear down the track, and it's some long hours that we do.
Yeah, and we don't use any heavy machinery, nothing like that to set this stuff up. It's a lot of just manpower.
Yeah, it's there you go. Some of the guys that we have right there, we got Kuro-chan, which is the starter. He's been the starter for FD Japan for a long, long time. Then we got Sugi-chan, which is on the right over there. His name is Sugita. He overlooks what Kuroda does, and I think he's like the flagger and stuff for any strikes that they have at the gate, too. But this is kind of cool how everything's like waving. I guess, you know, there's a lot of heat coming off of the asphalt that's on the track, yeah. But, I mean, up in here in the judging stand, we're in the shade, and, man, this is like the best thing ever because there's a lot of breeze going through here. I mean, the sun's not beating down on us.
There's a good view.
I'm really happy right now, and hopefully you guys are too, watching us from live stream wherever you guys are at all over the world. Thank you for joining us. We are almost here at the last battle for the Grade 8. Which is going to be Takashima versus Miyagi.
Which will move us into our Final Four position.
Yep, it's going to be the Final Four. And the Final Four, we're going to see who's going to be matching up going against the series ranking leading driver. Series, how do I say that? I mean,
it's say it however you want. I mean, I think they're okay with that.
The series leading championship course driver
tandem
See, I could do that because I'm Japanese. No disrespect there.
That's true, you can.
No, but yeah, so the points leader right now is waiting. So we're going to see Takashima. And I think Takashima, this is in his JZX, this is his first time competing FDJ2.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Well, he's got a beast car, though.
Yeah, he does. He has a beast car, but Dr. Miyagi right there,
Yeah,
Miyagi-sensei, wipe on, wipe off, wax on, wax off, is it?
It's wax on, wax off.
Wax on,
you
wax,
got it.
wax on, yeah. I said
yeah,
wipe
we got
on, wipe
Miyagi's
off.
going to be in the chase.
That's his new name, wipe on, wipe off, wipe on, wipe off. You can't wipe off until you wipe on. All right, let me get back on track right here. So to the right is the JZX 100 Chaser. That is Takashima in the ZN686. To the left is Yoshitatsu Kaneda. Now both crazy builds here.
You said to the left, who's there?
Kaneda.
No.
I'm sorry,
Miyagi.
Sorry about that.
He's confusing, but here we are right here. Miyagi's in the chase. Takashima in the lead. Look at this, coming into outer zone 1. Look at that proximity right there by Miyagi coming in on him into the touch and go. Ooh! Taking out one of those highland, but he's not phased by it going on to outer zone 3 right here, missing outer zone 2, but he's trying to keep that proximity and keep this a true tandem battle. Huge correction by Miyagi right there, coming out of outer zone.
Huge correction. After the transition,
yeah.
going to the inside clip right there by Miyagi, it almost might be a straightening there, but
man, he took out the foam touch and go pylons.
Or the big sponge berry that we have over here for the touch and go. I mean, good thing it wasn't a K-rail.
A lot of these places, same as Outer Zone 1. Outer Zone, we've had a lot of cars wash out, or they're not wash out, but drop 2 tires, 3 tires. So,
oh, there you go. I thought it was nighttime for a minute.
No, they want to go to commercial break, but we're like, no, they're not ready for it.
Yeah, no, but it's nighttime right now. See.
Hold on, they had to open the open the lens up, right? So we have the crew out here. They're getting
there you go. Yeah,
they're getting the pylon set back up, or the phone sponge barrier set back up. And you can see how he knocked the lead one off, square it all away. But these are actually stored here because we specifically use them only for this track. So it's pretty awesome. They store it for the FDJ organization.
Yeah, make sure you fix his shirt. The SpongeBob's shirt. He looks like he just rolled out of bed right now, so.
I'm just kind of lost at words. The whole SpongeBob analogy you got going on over here. How many people does it take to get his shirt back on?
right now.
But yes, thank you to the Okayama crew for taking care of that, taking care of the track, giving us this beautiful setup and the beautiful establishment. Pits are amazing. Hopefully we'll get a few walkthroughs on the Instagram, the Formula Drift Japan Instagram. We'll try to go live.
Make sure you check that out because Kenny's actually in charge of it this time.
Oh, don't say I'm in charge. I'm just...
No, you're in charge of it. That's a lot of weight on his shoulders. But yeah, he's going to share you guys, do the live on Insta Live. We might not even have time to do it in between the round because right after this FDJ Top 16 is over, we have a short break in between. Then we're going to be going on to the qualifier for the Formula Drift Japan series.
But after that, we'll try to get to the pits after the qualifying's done to get a quick glimpse of the pits and see how everything looks.
I think more like tomorrow morning because I think everybody's going to be watching this, and it's going to be like 6 hours long total.
Okay.
And everybody's going to have to go use a bathroom or go get something to eat.
On Instagram story, it stays there for 24 hours.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
Because, see, I'm going to have, you know, good old Robbie Nishida over here is going to be pushing me along in my dope-looking wheelchair.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can go ahead and show you guys how the ceremony is going to be where the drivers, the top 32 qualifiers, we're going to call them out to the stage in front of the...
Oh, yeah, because, yeah, we'll do the top 32 qualifying ceremony after their event. So you'll be able to see that on the live, Instagram live, that is. So those are some of the things that you don't get to witness or see if you don't actually physically come to these events. You don't get to see the stage performance for top 32 and then how the pits are set up and how the crews do their work. And these crews, even though there's no spectators, these crews still come out full blown. They get their pits all decked out and all that stuff. So they put on a show even though there's no live spectators because, you know, they're definitely representing their sponsors and making sure that their sponsors are known by the people in the community that are watching through their social media and stuff like that. But enough talk about that. Let's go ahead and move on to this last battle into our grade 8, to our final 4. It's going to be Takashima versus Miyagi.
Yeah, you know, actually everything is going so smoothly right now because all right, sorry about that, guys. Now we are back to the competition. This is going to be the second run of the battle that we have, the last battle that we have with Takashima. Now Takashima is going to give chase to Miyagi. Miyagi just hit a cone. That's a restart by him. So, yes, back to the starting line.
Yeah, we had that long delay because we had to get the nice little foam barriers fixed.
I'm telling you, I haven't seen my Pylon Touch t-shirts yet made. Who's going to do it?
Nobody said anything yet. So.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you make it. Shut up and you do it.
They'll just add it to the Formula Drift Japan store.
There you go.
Yeah, if you want any merch, go check it out, the Formula Drift Japan online store. They have some cool t-shirts, cool gear. Also go check out the Formula Drift store. They got some cool t-shirts, hats, shirts, goodies, all the good stuff. Fan favorites. All right, looks like we're getting another start cue for the two. Miyagi's going to be in the lead this time while we have Takashima in the chase. So here we go. Another same pylon that he tapped coming out earlier. That is his second fault. One more fault is going to be an automatic 0-run DQ. If you're just falling in, this has been a long transition between the two due to the fact that whenever Miyagi was coming into the touch and go, he hit the foam barriers, causing them to fly everywhere. They had to square out the track. Took a little bit of time, but yeah, Miyagi was on the chase and kind of got a little bit too aggressive there, but definitely had nice proximity going from outer zone 2 and finishing the course, but had a huge correction leaving outer zone 3. So we'll have to see what Takashima is going to do in his chase run with Miyagi.
Yeah, so he's already sitting on the second strike. So he needs to watch out because the third strike you get at the start line, you're going to get an automatic incomplete, and that's not what you want. as a competitor. So hopefully he could get his car
Through the
chicane without hitting anything. There we go. Now we have a start.
Here they are coming down the strip into the 3-2-1. Miyagi right there coming into outer zone 1. Let's see if he can fill all of outer zone 1 right here. Dipping a little bit of tires coming out, but they're coming through with Takashima trying to close that proximity through this touch and go to outer zone 2 into outer zone 3. It looks like Miyagi took shallow line there, and right there Takashima, you know, pulled out from that wall.
All right, now it's going to be a lead to lead because I'm going to have to go ahead and check out the replay because of the first run. It looks like Miyagi straightened and had a huge correction at outside zone 3, after outside zone 3 actually. So let's go ahead and check out the replay here. Takashima, he gets left on the straight. Miyagi blasting through here, and he does dip 2 tires out there on outside zone 1, which is not good. Shallows up. I mean, he looks like he's flying. He's going really, really fast. But right there, Takashima tries to play catch up. Something happens to his car. He straightens, and Miyagi is moving along. So we're going to have to go ahead and check out the first run on the replay.
Before then, let's see this overview right here with Miyagi in the lead from the bird's eye view. Here he is coming into outer zone 1. Dipping the tires, and then like Robbie was saying right there, took a little bit of a shallow line into outer zone 3 right there.
Yeah, it looks like Miyagi's lead. He doesn't get close to outside zone 3 either. So we'd have to compare the runs by these drivers. Now they're hard parked right now. Oh, okay. So now let's see. That's the process you see when there's a pylon touch.
They've experienced that twice now, so third time's a charm. So getting the crew ready so we can get the replay for Takashima's lead so these judges can see the lead to lead, because both chases were pretty much a wash, with Takashima losing it, leaving outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, while Miyagi had the huge correction leaving outer zone 3 into the transition to the inside clip. He had a huge straightening right there. So here we are right here.
Here we go. This is what we wanted to see. So right there, Takashima, good job on outside zone 1. Far from touch and go, fills outside zone 2, fills outside zone 3, then right there. Looks like Miyagi straightens out.
So yeah, that was a lot going on between these two battles. Chases were a wash, but they were doing a lead-to-lead cross comparison between the two. And it's literally coming down to dissecting what went on between these drivers and where they made their faults. So here we go, the judges getting their deliberation. So this is the final battle for our grade 8 going to our final 4. Robbie Nishida is going to go left to Takashima, Ryan Longtame to Takashima, and then we have Yoichi Imamura to Takashima. So Kenichi Takashima gets the win and moves on to the final 4.
Yeah, Miyagi's chase, when he was giving chase, he did straighten going from the outside zone 3 to the in clip 1. And when he was leading, he was very, very shallow coming out of outside zone 1 and going through the touch and go, and did not fill the outside zone 3 and didn't do a good job on the line area of what we see. But Takashima's lead run was actually very well. He filled the zones and he did what he had to do, but his chase, he did incomplete when he was chasing as well. So pretty much almost similar to another case that we had earlier where all the runs were bad except Takashima's lead run. So we're gonna have to go with Takashima.
And yeah, y'all aren't able to see the brackets. We actually have our first, second, and third qualifiers in the final 4, so that's pretty exciting. But till then, before we get to the final 4 battle, check out these commercials.
の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
And here we are back to the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 competition here at Okayama International Circuit in the Okayama Prefecture. You can see right there at the line. We're here at our Final Four battle to see who's going to podium this round of FDJ2.
Yeah, so in the Final Four, we have car number 590 qualifying 9th, Kogure, versus car number 30 qualifying 4th, Sato. And on the other side of the ladder, we have car number 11, Yamanaka, qualifying 2nd, and car number 86, Takashima, qualifying third. So we have the 2, 3, 4, and 9th qualifier out here, where I am very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Our Kenneth Harris said that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, but
I didn't say that.
1, 2, 3.
I didn't say that either. So here they go, right here. Forgetting about what I said, let's go ahead and move on with
Final
Kogura
four,
versus
let's
Sato.
go.
Sato in the lead right here. Kogura coming in right here, driving it. Oh, and making a huge correction, almost tapping his fender right there. Coming into outer zone 1, kicking the pylon out. Here's a touch and go. Sato, real beautiful job right here into outer zone 3 with a nice lead run and a huge correction by Kogura right there.
Kogura.
And Sato right there finishing strong.
Man, I don't know if it's nerves or what, but he was kind of all over the place right now.
Yeah, from the start all the way till
that was a bad. He had a bad rhythm going there, giving chase. But Sato looks like he pretty much did what he was supposed to do as a lead driver. Right there, initiates where he's supposed to initiate at, and outside zone 1. He fills outside zone 1 fairly well right there. And the touch and go right there kind of leaves it a little early. Fills outside zone 2, gets fairly close to outside zone 3, and it's kind of cool when you're concentrating on Sato, then you kind of look behind there. Kogura is kind of like, you know, he's like going like left, right,
back and
you
forth.
know. It didn't look like he had a very stable chase run. But let's see what's going to happen. The tables will be turned. Once Kogure comes back to the start line, he's going to be leading Sato. Sato is going to be giving chase.
Yeah, that's a big thing that we just saw too, is for some reason Kogure, he's been struggling to keep the car on the track in outer zone 1, because like you just saw in that chase position, he washed out like two tires or whatever.
Yeah.
So definitely he's going to have to pick it up, collect himself, and try to get it here for his lead run, because starting it all off in the top 16 whenever he went against Iwasaki, she actually kind of got hesitant and followed his lead, washing out a little, which caused her to spin out at outer zone 1.
Yeah, so now this is where Sato is going to have to actually be a little cautious. And if I was his spotter, I would tell him like, hey,
just be aware.
Yeah, you got to be aware, you know.
And that's the thing you tell many other drivers is, hey, do the research, do the studying. That's what it comes up to whenever you're in competition mode. And if his spotter did the right studying and the material that he saw can give him the right information that he needs to know what he has to do in the chase position. But here you are right here. Takumi Sato is going to be in the chase while we have Hiroaki Kogure in the lead. Both JZX 100s, we have a Cresta and a Chaser. Here they are coming in. Kogure in the lead. See how he's going to do here in outer zone 1. Coming in pretty hot, but holding himself. And Sato, not sure what happened with Sato, but here he is right here. Kogure is going to finish his lead run. Not bad in that zone. Little correction coming into that outer zone 3 right there. And let's see if he's going to finish off strong here in the inside clip one to the finish. And man, Takumi Sato right there making a huge error in outer zone 1.
I mean, Sato did the same thing when he was with Murakami, because he messed up when he was
chasing.
No, when he was leading.
Oh, okay.
And he spun out at the outside zone 3. So I don't know. Maybe the cars are. Oh, there you go. Sato had a huge correction at the entry. Then right there he straightens. So that's an incomplete by Sato. Kogure is just doing his thing, leading.
Definitely a struggle getting this far into the competition and something like that happening right at the start of his run. So we'll have to see, because, yeah, Kogura had his mistakes also on his chase against Sato. So we'll have to see the lead to lead, because it wasn't the chase they had a little bit of a hiccup, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, because I mean both of the cars are kind of, you know, making major mistakes here and there. Like let's say Sato right there, boom. Kogure makes a huge mistake there. Sato does a good job on his lead at the outside zone 1.
So they both made their mistakes on their chase runs,
Yeah,
but it
then
comes
there,
down.
Yeah, this. I mean, most likely both of the chases are incompletes. Now, once again, we're just gonna check out the leads.
It's frustrating, yes, for this point of tandem battles, but here we are right here with Kogure's lead. And there you go, Sato made the same mistake in the same area.
Way on the inside and dips the tire there. And huge correction right there, Kogure. Yeah, so it looks like a fair share of, I would have to say, the way I would see it, maybe Kogure and Sato incompletes when they're behind. And yes, Sato's looks like it's a bigger mistake, but Kogure makes a huge mistakes at the in-clip or at the initiation area. And I don't, because of the smoke and stuff like that, it's really hard to tell if he's straightened completely or not. But at the same time, he makes a huge mistakes after, right before the in-clip, before the finish line too, and that looked like he pretty much straightened as well. So I'm gonna have to say, with both of those, that's good enough to make it an incomplete, because that's two major mistakes that he made. And now back to the lead cars, we would have to see who made more mistakes and who made a cleaner run. And I hate making a decision like this, because we're just basically looking at who makes less.
It's almost like qualifying runs all over again.
Yeah, who makes less mistakes. So let's let them go on. It's like we want to see.
We want to see the true tandem battles that they're out here for. They've already done their two qualifying runs. It's like we want to see that head-to-head battle between the drivers. So that is the frustrating part. We'll see what the judges have for the final results here. Who's going to go on to the finals here at the round 4 of FDJ2 at Okayama International Circuit? We'll see here. Here's another view of Sato in the lead. Coming through the touch and go to outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. There's a huge correction by Kogure right there, hitting that little drop down in elevation for the track right there into outer zone 3.
Oh, actually, yeah,
and then there goes another
there's
one.
three major
corrections by him right there at the end, the inside clip. So yeah, you have the start of outer zone 1. Kogure had a hiccup there. He had one coming into outer zone 3, and then he had one coming into inside clip 1. But here he is on his lead with Sato, where he made the huge correction at the beginning, causing him to take a weird line and then losing his rear and spinning out a little.
All right, so I think we are all on the same page right now. Oh.
Here we are, Robbie Nishida, Ryan Lonte, and Yoichi Mamura is going to go with Takumi Sato. So Takumi Sato is going to be moving on to the finals.
But you know what? All I have to say is whoever he's going against, if it's going to be Yamanaka or Takashima at the finals, Sato needs to bring in his A game, and he can't make those mistakes that he made when he was chasing.
Yes, 100% on that. I mean, he definitely got fortunate. He was fortunate to get the win right there, but congratulations on his part. And like you said, he has to step up his game in order to get that top podium position. But next coming up on the right side of our bracket is going to be our points lead. Mao Yamanaka is going to be ready to go and battling against Kenichi Takashima. So JZX 100 versus S15. Both got 2 Js, so we'll see right here. Yamanaka, man, he's been killing it all season. Round 4 here, already ready, solidified for a podium on at round 4, but where is he going to position himself? First, second, or third?
We'll find out in a few moments, but here we go. Let's go ahead and see how they are going to conquer this track.
Yamanaka
nice
in the
initiation.
Lead. Coming right there, Takashima closing that proximity to outer zone 1. Let's see if he can keep it through this touch and go right here. Yamanaka, beautiful job. Coming into outer zone 2, holding it hard and strong into outer zone 3 right there. And that, it looks like something's going on right there for Takashima toward the end, coming into inside clip 1, but definitely had that nice proximity all the way through till that very end.
Yeah, it looked like there was a couple of things going on after the initiation by Yamanaka. I thought it was a dynamic entry, but after that it looked like there was a, there you go, he had to take out a little bit of angle, add some angle. So it looks like that could have thrown off Takashima at the entry, and Takashima does miss outside zone 2 to make the proximity get closer to Yamanaka. Yeah, but then the entry that Yamanaka did, I did not really like that because, you know, that was like a
hesitant a little.
Yeah, it wasn't a smooth one flick type. It was, you know, there was like there was several stages of angle, you know, giving more angle and taking more angle out. That's exactly what we don't want to see. But we're going to have to see what's going to happen when Takashima leads and Yamanaka gives chase. But at the end of the track, towards the end of the track, it looked like Takashima's car was struggling around that transition made right before the in-clip too. So I don't know if there's like some kind of problem there or not.
Yeah, he definitely was struggling to keep that proximity toward the end because he was doing a beautiful job. So I'm not sure what happened. Hopefully that's not affecting anything because we don't really have a view of the start gate, but here they are coming up to the start gate, so that's a good sign between the two. And like you were just saying, Takashima is going to be on the lead this time while Yamanaka is going to be on the chase. And like we've said multiple times, Yamanaka is killing it this season. He's podium second, third, and first in the last 3 rounds. And here we are, round 4. He's already going to podium podium third. So here he is trying to fight for the first, or moving on to fight for first place. So here we go. Looks like the drivers are ready to go. And they're getting the go-ahead to get this battle started. So here's the second part of the battle right here. Takashima is in the lead and Yamanaka's on the chase, coming down the stretch into the 3-2-1 right here. Rolling into outer zone 1. Yamanaka definitely needs to close that proximity gap that he's got. Man, Takashima right there coming into the transition, touch and go to outer zone 2, and look at that. Yamanaka right there closing that gap, getting that proximity right up on his door. Beautiful job. Let's see if he can finish strong in the inside clip here into the finish. And man, he definitely stepped his game up from the start to finish throughout that whole transition of the track.
All right, so let's go ahead and dissect this run. It looks like Takashima did a very, very great job leading. He wasn't as much, he didn't go out as much on outside zone 1, but very smooth, nice rate of angle, keeps the car in the area where it's supposed to be on the outside zone 1, passes both of the touch and go and the outside zone 2, but right there, right close to the wall, nice angle, on throttle the whole time, and right there he does have Yamanaka right behind him breathing down his neck, but now we have to compare it because what happened in the lead run by Yamanaka at the entry could affect him pretty big right here.
But that's what we wanted to see right there in the final battles that we're having here for the top 16 that we had. And for those of you out there, we also have the FTJ qualifying that's going to happen later on today. So please come back and view that with us. See how these drivers, we have new drivers coming out this time. We have some insane cars. These guys are ready to go. This track is ready for them. They were at Okuibuki last event. It's a nice, small, technical track, but here they are ready to unleash the beast under their hood and, you know, throw down some rubber.
Yeah, so now I have to let you guys, I got to remind you guys saying, hey, a good chase only happens behind a good lead run. So this might have been a very good example where I think...
So Robbie Nishi's going to go with Takashima. Ryan Lontaine with Takashima, and Yoichi Imamura is going to go with Yamanaka.
Yeah, so the Yamanaka's chase run was very good because of Takashima's lead run, and Yamanaka making the huge correction at the initiation area is pretty much, we heavily put that on the lead car, and I'm pretty sure that Lontaine did as well. But I think that Yoichi Imamura saw it as Yamanaka was giving really good chase, and his lead run was very good after that area, and that's probably why he did go with that, or go towards that, went with that vote. but this time he was outnumbered by two of the other judges. So Takashima is going to be going into.
So Kenichi Takashima gets the win and will be moving on to the finals. So there you are. We're going to have a JZX battle going on for the finals here at round 4 at Okayama International Circuit. But we already knew this. Mao Yamanaka will actually be getting podium. He'll be podium 3rd, so good job on him. He'll still be getting his points. He's still leader in the points race. But before we move on to our final battle, check out these commercials.
Seven
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
And we finally made it to the final battle for the FDJ2 Round 4 here at the Okayama International Circuit in the Okayama Prefecture. If you're just tuning in, you missed out a lot. A lot of crazy battles, a lot of crazy crashes, and a lot of crazy cars hitting this track out. So I'm excited for this final battle to go down. It's been a long morning, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and don't forget to tune in with us later because we're going to be coming back into the FDJ qualify starting around 1:40.
But speaking of tuning in, I want to shout out to y'all out there. We appreciate the love. I was kind of watching the chat while the commercials were going through, and we really do appreciate you guys giving us some love. They were saying Robbie had to go to the bathroom too, so that's why he kind of dipped out on me. But I was reading it. They were telling us, appreciate you guys. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. So we do really appreciate the love out there, and thank you very much. If we're being obnoxious, let us know because we'll read it, but just kind of be a little bit nice.
I just got to say thank you for watching because, you like it or you don't like it, I mean, everybody has their opinions and stuff like that, but, hearing things like that makes us feel really better on what we do, and, because, this isn't easy to do.
It's live.
As well, yeah, it's live.
You get to see our live mistakes.
We do make mistakes a lot, but but we have to appreciate FD Japan for putting out a show. All these competitors out here doing their best to be out there and trying their best. So yeah, there are some runs that are not as good as others, but they're all out there. They're doing it. And they're doing it all for us, hopefully, not for just themselves. So
exactly, in the predicament we're in, with COVID and everything, it doesn't make access to Japan as easy for all y'all that are like, hey, let me get out there. I can't wait to get back out there. We can't wait till you can get back out here. But until we get everything squared away, we're giving you as much as we can with this live feature and everything we're doing with the sponsors and everything like that, and the team showing up and still giving the the pizzazz, the crazy flair that they give in their pits. So hopefully we'll show you that in a little while. But, these cars and these drivers are out here to perform. It's just obviously it's live. So you're going to see live mistakes. You're going to see, live crashes and all that happen. And it's all, rolling with the punches at the end of it all. But here they are. Looks like the drivers are coming up to the line now. So we're going to have Takumi Sato in the JZX 100 Chaser going against Kenichi Takashima in his JZX 100 Chaser. So we were talking during the break also that actually Takumi Sato, this is his first, he actually competed last in FDJ2 round 3 at Sugo and made it to Final 4 but got knocked out there. And Kenichi Takashima, this is actually his first time competing in FDJ2. So this is quite the presence or quite the staple he's putting for himself stepping into FDJ2.
Yeah, so both JZX 100s, pretty sure they're both 2Js, they're both Toyotas, they're both Chasers, they're both 4-doors, they're both, let me keep going? Let me keep going?
Yes.
Everybody's like, no!
They're like, we know, we know.
All right, guys, let's get hyped because this is the finals here. Who's going to be the winner? Is it going to be Takashima or is it going to be Sato?
Hey, I'll give you props on this, though. Team Ito Auto is probably proud because both of their teams made it. So here we are right here, two of their cars coming in right into outer zone 1. Let's see this flare come in. Let's see this proximity get closed in. Sato needs to step up his game right here in the touch and go and close this proximity because right now we're not seeing a tandem battle. Let's go, Sato. Oh, had a little hiccup right there in the outer zone 2, but definitely could not close his proximity to Takashima. And like I said, this is Takashima's first time coming out to FDJ2, and he's probably trying to lay out a huge representation of what he's about and what he's ready for.
Yeah, because I just heard that he's going for, obviously the FDJ license too. So you have to do really good in the series to be able to get the license. And like I said, there's only 3 rounds left. So he's going to have to do everything he can. And I'm pretty sure that he's going to he's gunning for, podium for all the events. But right there, looks like his lead car, or he does his lead run. He does a good job on line. And right there outside zone 3, he does get pretty close to the wall. And throughout the whole run, Sato is nowhere near Takashima. It looks like we're watching 2 separate single runs. So I would have to say, Sato cannot, he cannot put up a good fight right now. The only thing he could do is run a very, very crazy, gnarly lead run in order for him to conquer and beat Takashima.
Yeah, on top of not being able to keep that proximity gap, he also had that little hiccup when that transition bump that we can call it coming into outer zone 3. You saw him have a little like hesitation there. So we'll see here. But like we've seen the whole entire event, or the whole entire round so far, if you've seen it, the second run has always changed the game of what's going to happen.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen until the end because
we've already seen it multiple times today.
We saw it like 3 times already, so it's like, oh, somebody's going to take it? Nope.
But yeah, like I was saying earlier, both of them are with Team Ito Auto. Takashima's also with Good Ride, and they're here to compete. I mean, beautiful cars, beautiful builds. Like we were saying about Sato's car, has that street, not so crazy livery look. Simple, but at the same time still has that aggressive wide body look. So here they are coming up to the start line. We're going to have Sato in the lead. Takashima is going to be on the chase.
Yeah, so like you were saying earlier, Ito Auto Service, they have something to do with that shop, and I'm pretty sure they are really proud right now because that's pretty much like a JZX shop, and I think they specialize in a lot of the JZXs.
Yeah, go check them out.
And also the boss man who runs Ito Auto Service, Ito Monkey, is actually one of the competitors in FD Japan. So
definitely plays a big part in the Formula Drift Japan series. And let's see who is going to take the top here with Sato in the lead, Takashima in the chase. Sato had a little bit of mistakes going on in his chase run, so he has to ensure that he does a solid 100-point lead run so Takashima can chase him, and Takashima has to be able to keep that proximity and make this a true, solid finals tandem run.
All right, now we are going to get the second run started. This is the finals here at Okayama International Circuit, FDJ2.
Here they go, Sato in the lead, coming up to the 3-2-1. Nice job. Let's see if Takashima can close this proximity coming into outer zone 1 to the touch and go. And here they are coming into the touch and go. Right here, Takashima finishing strong. Here it is coming into outer zone 3 into the inside clip coming up right here to finish off. And man, Takashima definitely kept that proximity and finished strong. Ooh, and almost lost it right there at the end. But beautiful job by Takashima on the chase. Sato definitely threw a run that was,
I mean, run for his money. But
exactly.
I just noticed Sato is the type of driver that's a good leader and good single driver, maybe. But when he is behind, doesn't. Maybe that's not a strong part,
So there you go. You can see the replay of Sato's lead run. And right there, Takashima right there, just right on his door. But whew, pushing it to the limits right at the end. Beautiful job. Beautiful example and a way to represent himself coming into the FDJ2 series in his JZX 100 Chaser. But we'll see here. We're going to have the vehicles pull up so we can present our top 3, our final 3 for round 4 of FDJ2 at the Okayama International Circuit. And speak of International Circuit, this is a 2.3 mile track. Maybe you'll see an aerial view here later by the drones, but this is an extremely huge track. At one point, it faced some of the F1 series races here. Later on, moved on to other international tracks. But this thing is a beautiful establishment. They actually have, you can see in the background, the white lodging back there. That's actually lodging for, crews or whoever else wants to stay here. So beautiful facility. Nothing but, top notch is what they serve out here. So here they are coming up.
Oh.
I'm just staring at Rob because he's very...
I'm like...
I think he needs an energy, shot or something.
Yeah, I do. So when I come back for the qualifier of the FDJ, I'm going to probably sound annoying because
he'll get food in his system.
Yeah, I'm going to be... Or I'll be sleepy.
What do you mean you'll be sleepy? You'll be excited because you'll have food in your system. So yeah, thank you for those that stuck with us throughout this time.
Yeah, and thank you, Lantain. We'll see Lantain back in like 2 hours or something like that. But yes, we're gonna have our live stream here in Japan time. Right now it's like 11:30, I believe, but I think the qualify is gonna start from 13:40, which is 1:40. So make sure you're back to watch this. That's in about an hour, 2 hours or so. So make sure you come back to see us.
But the biggest thing is, thank you all out there. Yo, let us know where you're at so we can kind of give you a little bit of love out there for staying up, sticking with us for this top 16 battle for FDJ2. But hey, let us know where you're at. We're going to go to commercials real quick. They're going to square these cars away, and we'll give you some shout outs.
Ah! 滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Gospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valenti.
冬の安定心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Gospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valenti.
Welcome back. You can see the drivers just pulled up, ready to go to find out who won that last battle between Sato and Takashima.
All right, so we are back now. We will go ahead and tell you who the winner is right there, right now. But before we go to the first place and the winner of this battle, winner of this round, let me go ahead and announce to you the third place podium finisher here at Okayama International Circuit for the top 16 of FDJ2 Round 4. He is driving the S15 Sylvia of Team Good Ride with Kindai, ranking second in yesterday's qualified car number 11, Mao Yamanaka. Congratulations to Yamanaka, third place podium. That's podiums at every round in FDJ2.
All 4 rounds and our points leader right now.
All right, so let me go ahead and tell you what happened right now. The great battle that we just had for the finals. But that was car number 30, Takumi Sato, versus car number 86, Kenichi Takashima. Let me go ahead and announce you the winner of the battle here at Okayama International Circuit, FDJ2 Round 4. He is driving a Toyota JZX100 Chaser. Probably has a 2J in it. The winner of Round 4 of FDJ2 goes to Team Ito Auto Ken Good Ride JZX100 Chaser, car number 86, Kenichi Takashima gets the win. Congratulations to Takashima. He is all the way on top of the podium here for Round 4 of FDJ2.
And also with Team Ito Auto in the JZX 100 is going to be getting second place, number 30, Takumi Sato.
Congratulations to the 3 drivers for making it all the way. We had a tough qualified session yesterday and making it into the top 16, and now the top 16, these 3 are our podium finishers. What do you think about today?
Yeah, it was a very crazy day today, especially with the intense driving and all the crashes that we saw. And the intense speed that they had to have out here at Okayama International Circuit. But let's see what the drivers have to say about their victories today.
さあ、1位になりました高島選手、おめでとうございます。今回初、FDJ2 ということでいきなり、優勝しました。今の心境を教えてください。
ありがとうございました。ちょっと終わったばっかりで息切れちゃって、とにかく楽しく走れてよかったのと、やっぱりちょっと自分が行った山もみんな上手い人ばっかりで、特に真央君なんかもう僕年全然上だけどもう胸借りるつもりで行ったもうとにかく単走をきっちりやろうと思ってやっぱ速かったし振りも速くて、ただちょっとみんなのミスにも助けられて。取れたと思ってます。で、とにかくチーム伊藤とのみんなと、社長を含めて日向エーブスの社長も今日来ていただいてて、みんなの協力があって、ここに来れてね良かったと思ってます。ぜひ社長また来年もまたこれ個別ででも本当良かったです。楽しかったです。思いっきりやれて良かったです。ありがとうございます。
おめでとうございます。So he said yes, he just had a great time. He enjoyed everything, and the battle against Mao too. He just gunned for a good lead run, and he said that he did get saved from some of the mistakes that the opponents did make throughout the battles that he had today. But he thinks he was a little lucky about that. But he would like to thank the team and the support that he's gotten, and he's going to be coming back a lot more often. And coming into competition with us. So he likes to thank everybody and the support that he gets from everyone that's around him. はい、前回ですね、4位になりました佐藤選手、今回やっと、表彰台に上りました。今の気持ち、一言お願いします。
ありがとうございます。ベスト16から本当いい追走ができなくて、ちょっと悔しい気持ちはあるんですけど、最後先行でちゃんとまとめて走れたので良かったです。あと本当チームの皆さんと、地元でもお手伝いしてくれる方々、協賛とかしてくれる方々には本当感謝しかないです。ありがとうございました。
おめでとうございます。So he would like to thank everybody first, and he said that he was not able to do many great tandems starting from top 16, and he didn't like that, but he was happy that he was able to land a pretty nice lead run at the end, and I agree with that too. But he would like to thank for all the support that he gets from his teams, from his team, and also all his friends and everyone that supports him back home as well. And he's just really thankful for what happened, or for where he placed today. さあ、3位、山中選手3位なんですが、今年 FDJ に入って、全部表彰台前線乗ってます。今回3位だったんですが、気持ちを教えてください。
はい、ありがとうございます。今回本当各国は練習から本当乗れていて、前回も初優勝できてちょっと2連勝を目指して頑張ってたんですけど、ちょっと合わせきれずに負けてしまって悔しいんですけど、初戦から全部表彰台に立っていることは本当にそこはプラスに考えて、次戦の鈴鹿も頑張って優勝を目指します。応援ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。So he said he's been doing good since practice, and he's been feeling well. And he got his first win last event, and he wanted to do a 2-time in a row win, but he couldn't. And he's sad about that, but he's really grateful that he is able to podium every round. And he said he's going to be gunning for the win at Suzuka, which is going to be in the next round. So he would like to thank everybody.
Awesome. Congratulations to all three drivers, especially making it the tough feat from all the battles that they faced today in the top 16 and where they're at today. So congratulations. Way to get through. This was definitely a challenging course in different aspects between tandeming and the layout of how this track was set up. So congratulations for those wins.
And for those of you all who are here at the track and also watching us on live stream, thank you for sticking around, and don't forget that we will be right back in about 2 hours. We're going to be starting the FDJ qualify soon. So once again, I would like to congratulate the 3 drivers that we have here. Takashima coming in first, Sato coming in second, and Yamanaka coming in third. Congratulations, 3 drivers, and also congratulations to all the drivers that made it into top 16 and actually made it out here to the competition, because it's not easy to do this. It's really, really hard.
Oh, definitely it isn't. But yes, congratulations to them and their team. And most I want to piggyback of what you said is thank you all for the fans out there online. And for those of you that are out here, go check out the vendor booths. Go check out the good food that they got going on. And thank you to Okayama International Circuit for hosting this from day one till now and sharing this FDJ first round, or not first round, but first season that they've ever had.
Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and we will be back in about 2 hours for the qualify, and make sure you're back. Make sure you watch us again, and hopefully we'll see some crazy, crazy drifting, a lot of smoke.
Yokohama タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガード7にしよう。7やる。横浜やる。